Yo, 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 good morning. How are we doing? Good afternoon. Good evening. I don't know what to say here. How's everybody doing? Yeah. We're here to finish up the job that we started on Wednesday. We're going to go ahead and rewatch some of the best action from the 2025 Call of Duty Mobile World Championships, all right? Now, sorry for the lateness. I started the stream and the wife called. And then I remember I had to put some laundry up and whatnot. And then I had to make sure the dogs weren't tearing shit up. Needless to say, I'm just a bad adult, okay? I get scatterbrained. And let me just tell you, I lose track of time like it's nothing. But anyway, how's everybody doing? Yeah, so just to kind of pick up where we left off, we finished all of Stream A and B's matches that we wanted to watch, which included Wolves and whoever they played, New Gen Ninjas. And then we also watched already the match from Broadcast A, which was crazy great. That would have been OUG and Elevate, which, Jesus Christ, that one could have gone. Or should I say Jesus Christ on a bike. Hey! There we go. It's been a while. Hello, gamers. How are we doing? Lyria56, how are you? Everyone's favorite aunties in chat, as well as hot shit Mike the Goat. Mike, are you one of the only ones that actually are subbed still to the channel? Let's fucking go. HMD as well, dude. Let's go. And then Linda also subbed as well. Yeah, we took a massive hit after CDM stopped. We're gonna need to get some gifted members in chat, or somebody's just gonna have to start bankrolling me or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Anybody know any like great sugar daddies, sugar mommies? I'm not choosy. I'm not giving it any sugar either though. So there's that. Christ on a bike. Yeah, mama. Boy, chat, first chat. Vertiti, vermilking. What the hell? The hell are you talking about there, broski? That's it's kind of disgusting for one thing. Kind of hot too. Like that. Don't vermilk me though. All right, my wife will not have any of that. I kind of believe that you are not very good at adulting. Linda, I have you know I'm actually a really good adult, okay? I'm a really good adult. When I want to be. You guys have the cat emote? Where does that come from? We got this cat emote. How about that cat emote? How about that one? And then we also got Bonk, you're horny. Straight to jail. We also got Surprise, motherfucker. Dokes. Yeah. I wish Infinity was this cool. Add the new stickers, Verdi. I don't think I can add any more stickers because I don't have the ability to do so. Like, I literally have to have more members. Like, somebody's gonna have to start gifting like 20, 30, 40, 50 members at a time, buddy. Let me take a look. Maybe I shuffle some out, like I said earlier. Also, I need... Okay, I reached out to I don't even know how to pronounce his name, and I felt so damn bad. But the guy who hooked up my... Yo, Vendetta coming through with the V-Fam, Militia, gifted, or sub, or member, whatever the fuck it is. Let's go. You can delete those roster stuff. This is true. But no, train of thought. I reached out to the person who helped me establish my Liquipedia page. And I asked him, I was like, hey, dude, you think you can help me link a photo to that page? And he was like, link an external link, like an external link. That's not possible in Liquipedia, but if it's a real picture, yes. It's got to be in JPEG format. Can I convert? Let's get some member hype in there for Vendetta, by the way. I just kind of like glazed them for a second and then just moved on. Yeah, we can delete all those. Is there a way to convert selfies into JPEGs? Is that a thing? Let me know. Also, let me go ahead and see. I guess we can figure it out. Also, do we want to watch Stream C, which is me casting first? Or do we want to watch Stream D with Mod 6 and D Hitman? Because I feel like if we save mine for last, that would be better, right? Oh wait, what the hell did you sent me this via Discord, didn't you, or DMs? All right, now just to be real, like it's gonna be a lot easier. I can definitely do that cat one. That cat one's pretty dope. I like that cat one a lot. Cool cat. Cool cat. You can send it to infinity. We still ain't got the bean emote. You know, did you hear the story of my beans? How they got confiscated? They got completely confiscated in Katowice. It was pretty bad. Okay, let's remove. I know for one, we're gonna remove. Yo, HMD coming through with a member for 2 months. I don't know how I got this, but yeah. Let's get some member hype in the chat, baby. Maybe we get that member emote sometime soon. Cool cat. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, I gotta alter this shit because it's got to be like a perfect 1-to-1 ratio. I'll put this up on the screen. We do that. How about that? Cool cat. If you're gonna send me pictures for emotes, send them to me in a 1v1 format. It just makes it a lot easier for me. I'm a bot. Cool cat. Okay, let's crop that. Did you send me a screenshot? I can't fucking do this, dude. This is gonna be so bad. Like proportions. Okay, never mind. It's not that bad. Let's crop it though first. Boom. Bam. Chicken ham. There we go. We got Cool Cat. W's in the chat, baby. W's in the chat. Let's go. Cool Cat. Cool Cat replaced. Yo! Brett coming through with the 10 gifted members. Larissa heard my call. It was like, verdict, hold my beer. I got you. I don't even drink, buddy. So you can go and have that. Let's go. Let's get some member hype in chat for Larissa. Big sub hypes. Let's go. Memberships on the line. Gifteds being handed out left and right. We love those vibes. Save and publish. There we go. We got Cool Cat, baby. Refresh your chats. F5, not alt F4 like I've done before. Cool Cat is there. Take a look at that, baby. That's a cat wearing sunglasses, chat. Imagine how cool. All right, let's save this one. I don't know how good this one's gonna look, just because of the dimensions. Don't save that. We already got it. Where's Pepe at? There he is. Pepe on a PC. Crop. 1-for-1. Boom. Bam. Done. Save as image. Over. Replace. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yay, my stickers. Let's go. Sugar Mama Larissa coming through. What the hell? Who added that comm? That's kind of crazy. Add the cat with the wizard hat. I mean, you want to send me what you got? I'm going to add one more after this, and then we're going to jump into the action. How's that sound? How about that, huh? How about that? All right, let's go. Emojis. Okay, we've taken down Chicken Town. SPG, another 10 gifted from Brad iOS, Larissa. I'm gonna have to shut down stream, girl. What are we doing here? Love the hype. Love the support. Another one coming through. I still sound sick, don't I, chat? All right, we can take the Wolves logo out now because Wolves are completely out. We're going to keep the Q9 one, though, because that one's dope. And we're also going to keep the... I think we're going to keep the OUG. Oh my god, I almost spilled my coffee right all over my keyboard. Let's get some membership hypes in the chat for Larissa. Let's go. Oh my god, the vibes are fucking immaculate. I gotta drop the cursing. Big 20 bomb from Larissa. We'd love to see it. Pepe PC. There we go. Save and publish. Love that. All right, let's refresh our chat here, and let's get that new emoji in play there. That's Pepe PC chat. It's very faint. You can't really see what's going on. I don't really. I mean, I guess it's a replacement directly to the Wolves logo. If we find something cooler, we'll just we'll go from there. All right, we need to figure out what are we gonna watch here. I'm gonna put a poll in chat. All right, I'm gonna let you guys decide. Okay. This is how it's gonna work. I don't want a Q&A. Q&A is dumb. I want a poll. Which stream we watching first? Verdict, today is mini-me B-Day party. Let's freaking go, broski. Tell your little one happy birthday, and I hope y'all enjoy the hell out of it. What's the plans for the birthday party? Are y'all doing something at the house? Y'all going somewhere? Okay, I just started the poll. This is going to run for 5 minutes tops. I don't know if I can fill for 5 minutes. God damn, that's a lot. Do we rewatch my cast first? Damn, that's a pretty big PP there, Linda. Way more than above average. Damn, HMD, you too, buddy. Man, I'm starting to feel a little self-conscious over here. I don't know what the dogs are barking at. What them dogs barking at? Yo, and I just looked at the Free Fire World Series Global Finals that AJ's at right now, and bro, he did not lie. Like, that stage is freaking crazy. Freaking crazy, chat. Holy hell. I just don't know if I could come to casting Free Fire. Like, I know it was a joke a few years ago, and it's a lot changed since then. But I'm gonna be real, like, it's Free Fire still, right? Am I wrong? I don't know. Maybe I'm just being foolish. Maybe I should take what I get. I haven't gotten any offers for Free Fire or anything else, so I mean, at this point, I'm literally taking whatever I can get. Let's put a post in Discord to let everybody know that we are live. Because right now I'm just blabbing. Yes, I will tag everyone. Why am I got caps? Why am I yelling? We are live on the YouTube chat. And I wonder why I didn't post a link in my Discord earlier on the YouTube channel. That's kind of weird. Again? Yes, part 2 is live, baby. Day 1. Yeah, we're finishing out because I literally don't want to be here for 6 hours. So I broke it up in 2 sessions. This is part 2. Jamal. Are you here from the Discord, bud? We appreciate you for joining in. Okay, so as of right now, it's a 71-29 split. Let me know what you want to see in chat. Are we watching my cast first, and then we're going into Mod 6 and in Hitman, or are we going to be watching Hitman in Mod 6 first? Let me know. Yes, Hell Queen, Auntie. Hell Queen. You got some competition, though. Brad ROS coming through with a fat 20 bomb here just moments ago. If you missed out on that, I mean, that's too bad. If you got gifted membership, make sure you do reach out to Larissa herself and thank her, because she is by far the most consistent gifter in the stream, as well as probably one of the most consistent viewers. Always popping in. Much love to you. It's like 7:51 a.m. your time, so you're not even at work yet. You're probably just chilling, you know, waiting to leave for work, or I don't know what the case is. Jivish Jupiter, yo, my baby's back. Is this... Wait, is that... Is that Vish's alt? Are you like I'm Daddy Verdict, call me Vertiti? Oh my god, what the hell? Yo, your little man's adorable, Vendetta. I'm just now watching that video. Oh my god, dude. Yo, he's a little baller, isn't he? Dressed well. Clean haircut. Yo, he's fresh. I love that, man. I love that. A vid I made for him. I'm watching it right now, dude. I'm trying not to get demacked or anything like that with the background music, so I just muted it, but I watched it, dude. He's adorable. Congratulations, man. Happy birthday to him. All that absolute happiness for you, man. Shave the stash? Hell no. We're not leaving it. We're not losing it, all right? It's trimmed. How about that? Love the stash. Okay. And the nose hairs too. Goddamn. No, that's the real me, Vertiti. Just a new at for now. It looks kind of weird. Yo, Chewy. How are you doing? Chooch Daddy. How you doing, buddy? You just walked in on me just like, you know, kind of filling the mustache. All right, it looks pretty convincing. There's not many votes. I guess there's not many people in here either. I'm assuming that we've got everybody. And we're about to start this puppy up. It looks like we're gonna be rolling in for the start of today's watch and recap. Guys, any questions that you have? I may not have been as informative as I've you know, as I've wanted to be, or maybe I just haven't been as vocal, or maybe I just talked about all the wrong things. But if there's anything you guys want to know about, you know, while we were in Poland, you know, anything about the teams, anything that you know, that you would have liked to know going into the event, anything that we recognize, you know, immediately, or anything that we need to elaborate on, you know, something of that nature, anything of that nature, do not hesitate. Pop it in chat. I don't mind answering whatever I can. Like, I'm not all knowing, obviously. I'm obviously not as smart as a podcaster is, say Infinity, so I'm not going to be able to go into depth completely, but I'm a vibes kind of guy, and I could tell you, you know, all about the vibes that I got from each and every like team that I met, each and all the teams that played. You know, as much as I hate saying it, like, I was one of the very few and the only that called the fraud alert, and I hated it that it had to happen this way, but I didn't want it to be right, but it was just so blatantly obvious. Like, the West is dead, you know. The last hope for the West was Galorys. In chat, they didn't look good. They didn't look good at all. And that is mad respect to the players individually, like all of them, absolute beasts. Lucason's a freaking animal. Mihawk is, you know, just up there as well too. But if there's anything that you guys want to know, or would like to ask questions about, or maybe just like, you know, curious about, did the whole Q9 roster sold their soul to the devil? They did not, actually. The only reason that team played as well as they did is because they made a smart move right after CDM ended, and that was adding Cloud. And Cloud was the biggest difference maker. I don't know what kind of, like, individually what kind of value he added to that squad, but he single-handedly made that team a hardpoint contender because they were already looking good in control before this, but their biggest flaw was hardpoint. Like in my notes, like there was not a map that I looked at and was like, damn dude, these guys are good on, you know, the best at this particular map. Like their favorite map is Summit, right? And they didn't have a winning record on it. Like that'll just go to tell you, like, one player, an individual player, can make a change in a roster for the biggest changes. And Cloud was he was with Q9 before, but he did a stint with All Gamers, if I'm not mistaken, in season 9 in CDM Major. Is that right? Let me take a look. What did Jamal say about shave your stash and make the rest longer so you can have a beard while AJ has a stash? Jamal, I think that is a great idea, but unfortunately, I don't know if you can see it on cam. Right here. You see this little spot right here? That's a circle of like dead space, right? I got what you call, what I would assume is alopecia. And so I have like little rotating patches that don't grow. So if I grew my beard out, right? If I grew my beard out, there would be a hole right here, right? There'd be a hole right there, and it just wouldn't look right, bud. So I would just be an incomplete beard, and I'd look like a jackass. So that's the only reason why I'm doing a mustache and, you know, a little soul patch right there, boys. Okay, let's see. I've seen that face up close in person. Laugh my ass off. It don't face me. Yeah, I appreciate that. Chooch, what you doing today, daddy? It ain't look the worst out of the region whole. Even EU looks better. Jamal, this is what I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell everybody else. If Exclusive had been in the same group as Galorys and Q9, Exclusive would have qualified. You could put Exclusive in pretty much any other group besides Group B and A, and they qualify. If they're at C and D, they qualify, regardless of who's playing in there, in that mix. Street doesn't qualify. Galorys doesn't qualify. I'm just saying. I'm about to get into GTA. Yo, what are you guys thinking about Little Verdict cosplay for GTA, huh? Would you guys watch me play Grand Theft Auto and like pretend to be a cop? I'd be the most lean cop there is, buddy. Lenient. Okay, what did you think about elevating the final game against Q9? You think they were tired since they just finished playing against STE? No, Jivish, I think actually they were in the best position to win. They just couldn't win a search and destroy. As a matter of fact, the fact that they even got into a search and destroy was impressive to me. Everybody in the back, back rooms, all the casters that weren't casting the grand finals, all we could talk about was the format and how the one map advantage, like, literally was, I wouldn't say rigged, but it's just not a great way to do a double elim bracket. Obviously, best of 7 would have been better without a map advantage, and then you just get to pick your maps. But having that one map advantage is cheese. It's complete cheese. Why? Because you got a hard point, search and destroy, control, right? And then it goes back into a hard point, into another control. If you look at the map selections, it went in that second hard point, that was a Q9 map pick, and then it rolled immediately into a Q9 control pick, which was crazy. The fact that they were able to win that crossfire was just, I mean, it was a reverse. Like, I thought, I didn't think that Q9 were going to lose just because they were going into a search and destroy, but going back-to-back map picks like that is super cheese. And on top of that, you got a one map advantage. If it had been any other team in the grand finals, there would have been an elevate victory. Just hands down. It would have been an elevate victory. But just for me, though, that performance from OUG was expected. We saw their performance all year long, and a 5th is deserved but expected result. They're the 5th best. They were the 5th best team in China in the last CDM major. They had times where they were at least a top 3 team in China, right? Like, they look great in stage 2. But you can't win games or series. You can't win series without, you know, being able to win search and destroy, right? Like, you've got to be able to win search and destroy games, and they were just not doing it. Okay, you would kill GTA RP, bro? Yo. Inzu, what's good, homie? Verdict, you missed my chat. So many HMD. What did you say? Because I'm just like popping in and out. I don't even imagine if I had like 100 people in here, I wouldn't be able to keep up. I only got like 10. I'm literally the worst streamer. World Champs 2026. All I could say is there's going to be a World Champs 2026. How about that? I said this on Wednesday as well. We are to expect at least a 2026 World Champs, and there is a potential for a 2027. All right. So I would say at least a year or two in the gas tank there for COD Mobile. At the very least. All right. If we could survive 2026, I see big things happening for COD Mobile in 2027. We just have to be able to get there first. All right. We got to get there. Crossfire got elevates life. Game 7 was a hydrogen bomb versus Coffin Baby type beat. Yeah. I mean, when you before the tournament even started, we were at the bar talking about, you know, the best teams, and you know, we were kind of like trying to set the standard, and you know, my ass, I'm of course jumping on that Q9, you know, bandwagon even before the tournament start. As far as search and destroy goes, when you look at the best teams in the entire world, you've got to look at Q9 as being like that top team. They are the standard for search and destroy. There is no other team that did it quite like they did all throughout CDM. You know, SPG had, you know, shines of glimmers of hope and being, you know, a potential top runner in that category, but Q9 outclassed everybody. Like, their map pool selection for search and destroy, it was uncanny. Okay, what did they lose? Like one search and destroy the entire tournament? Is that right? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'd love to know if they lost more than one. I'm going to go back and look at it. 2025 World Champs. I know they didn't lose anything in the group stage. It'd have to have been in the double elim bracket. Okay, Q9 won there. Q9 lost a coastal to Stalwart. That was it. That was the only search and destroy map that they lost. A coastal to Stalwart. That, I mean, that'll just tell you one map they dropped, and they, you know, it was that a 7-5 to Stalwart? 7-5, right? Whole tournament, in your opinion, Uling, Mauchi, or someone else from another team, who was the most consistent in the whole tournament? I don't think I saw. I mean, Lucasen was consistent for what it's worth. Every time they won, he was consistent. And even going against teams that they got slaughtered by, he was still very, very much so on the top. But when you don't make it past any other team except for teams from the West, like, it's really hard to get. Like, they didn't beat a single team from the East, right? They didn't beat a single team from the East. Stalwart slammed them. 3-0 in a raid, 8-6 in a Tunisia, and then a 250 to 235 summit, which, I mean, granted, that was a great comeback, just wasn't. Uling for sure was the most impressive player. When it mattered most, Uling was him. Mauchi, though, might have been the most impressive player to watch, though. It was a very close stat line for them. All right, let's get into the action. Any other questions before we start? I mean, we saw a CDM team already succeeding this year. No Garena invitations, and I don't. It wasn't that the Garena didn't get invited. It was just that their stage 4 happened to be right in the middle of CDM major. So I mean, there wasn't. I mean, it's not that you gotta rephrase that, because then whenever you say there's not a Garena team invited, that's a narrative that is going to get spun. So you got to be careful how you phrase stuff like that. If COD Mobile comes under EWC, it's good. And bad thing, good because prize money would be huge, but bad thing is all small teams who wants to qualify for stage 2 and 3 won't be able to make because of competitive. I mean, shit, I'm not saying, forget the small teams. All I'm saying is, like, we got to do what's best for the esport. The best thing for the esport is the exposure and these pro players getting paid. Like, I don't give a damn about anything else. We got to have the top of the top eat first before everybody else can get trickled down. All right, I'm not saying it's not about the players who consistently play the game on a regular basis. It's about the players who are really great at it and keeping them in that particular stature for the time being. And the only way that that's going to happen is if there's more exposure and there's more ways to get paid and there's more chances for them to play the game and earn money. Yes, we just had this conversation. COD Mobile 2026, we are guaranteed a world champs. All right, we are getting a world champs for 2026. That is a guaranteed thing, to my understanding. I love you too, Chew. I hope to see you on GTA soon. Verdict doesn't want to see me in stage 3. And look, I'm not going to watch you in stage 3 anyways, HMD. I'm not watching India stage 3. I'm not even watching India stage 4 if there's something else available. I would rather watch, a India stage 4 finals, maybe like the upper finals and then the lower bracket run from there. I'm not interested in watching India in stage 3. Like, did you see me try to watch North America stage 4 finals? Brother. I'm just here to tell you, if I'm not watching stage 4 finals for North America, it's for a very solid reason, okay? And that is exactly how I feel about the India stage 3. Do you think a revamp to the qualifying system is necessary? I don't think so. I think they have a great qualifying system. As a matter of fact, everybody that I spoke to was extremely pleased with this year's qualifying process. Everybody was, with the exception of the DQs, which, I mean, I don't think it would have changed anything, to be honest with you. In Japan or in India, I don't think it would have changed anything, right? All right, any more questions, and then we're going to start the action. I've got Q9 and I've got Galorys up for action. And you know what that means? That means we're going to be listening to the sounds of Verdict and AJ, buddies. How we feel. Let's discuss spots for each region. Simple. And I don't care where it comes from. China needs at least 4. Garena needs at least 3. And I don't care about the rest. Maybe Europe needs 2. Maybe Europe needs at least 2. I know that's a hot take. All right, I know it's a hot take because they didn't qualify for day 2, but you put exclusive in any other bracket other than the bracket that they happen to land in. Besides B, I think they qualify. They were the best team from the West, hands down. And I say that with the most respect to Galorys. That is not a shot at them. That is just literally, they were the best hardpoint team there. Anybody and everybody in that venue will tell you that they were the best hardpoint team. I don't know what the hell they did in the span of the weeks coming up to world champs, but they were just disgusting on hardpoint. And that was like after talking to the OUG guys. Like they did not want to scrim Q9 right? And they did not want to. They did not want to scrim exclusive. When you're saying, I mean, obviously they wanted to because they're good, but they're like they were slamming them, like piss slamming them, boys. Like Q9 were just like going through the motions, slamming everybody in scrims. South America only deserves 2 spots. North America only deserves 2 spots. Africa's good where they're at for the time being. I think Africa needs to change their rule set in order to qualify. Like, I get that they have an outside like source that does their tournaments, and I'm not speaking badly about that. But when you're trying to qualify for a world championship, and you're having a regional tournament, and you're only allowed to play with players from your country, I feel like that's an L. I mean, I don't know any other way around it. Like, and I understand Africa is huge as a continent, but when you're trying to qualify for a world slot, I just like you got to have the most competitive players playing on the most competitive formats, and that's not a competitive format. That's just it sounds like they're shooting themselves in the foot. And I understand that it's probably due to something that they can't control. Right? So I'm not going to speak illy on it, but if they want to be a competitive region, they've got to do everything the way that everyone else does it, and that's just that's just my thoughts. I said he is the best SMG when PJ was right beside him. Yeah, PJ was kind of man. I felt bad, dude. You watched him after. Hot question: Pabzera out of Galorys, the right choice? No. It was a terrible choice. It had to have been something personal, though, because, I mean, Pabzera was the only reason that Street qualified. You know, so it had to have been something personal. I don't think it had anything to do with the way he plays, because, you know, he made their Search and Destroy performance top notch. He made that elite. The moment that he left Galorys was the moment that Galorys was no longer in the potential running of a top 4 spot. I personally, again, I'm not saying this is a negative thing, but I was impressed that they made it to a top 6 seed. And the only reason that they made it there was because they happened to get lucky and had to play Street, which was obviously not as good as them because they 3-0'd them. But that's, I mean, they didn't beat a single team from the East. Like, in order to be a contender, you have to at least, they didn't win a single map off a team from the East. Not a single map. Oh, yes, they did. They beat Wolves 3-2 in Control. They won 1 map against a team from the East. That's it. And then they got swept every other time. All right, let's get to it. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to hear my tunes and AJ's tunes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Finally, it is 10:13 a.m. local time. We are here for Q9 and Galorys. Quality is high. Here it goes, the moment of truth. Where are we heading to? Apocalypse. I sound so ass, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, the best of 5. This is kind of corny. Combine, Kurahana, firing range, and crossfire. Talk to me, AJ.
I mean, none of these maps have been seen in the finals between Q9 and Galorys, so I guess that's a little bit of a breath of fresh air overall, but how they interact out there on these maps is going to be key, right? As we head on into the very first map, Apocalypse, it is just all-out chaos for sure. The spawn management...
Yo, I was so hyped. I was so hyped coming into this series. I was hoping this was going to be a 3-2.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm taking a look at my notes, and APOC is one of the maps that we saw a losing record in CDM major for Q9. So the fact that this one slipped through the map pool could come back and bite them. We'll see now. Is the smoke coming up in the air? It is Galorys looking to take stage. Ladies and gentlemen, get prepared. This is it. The moment of truth. Revenge arc up for grabs. Galorys, a little bit of a proving ground. Q9 looking to put their foot down.
And I don't have any stats here for Galorys off of their qualifier into the stage 5 on Apocalypse. Q9 on the other hand, a 3-for-3.
All right, this P1 was pretty dominant, if I'm not mistaken. Like, Galorys get absolutely slammed off of the first break.
Here we go. Galorys starting up the bottom side of the map. That is not where you want to be at for that P2 rotation, but Lucasen and squad, he's running it. Make it a 4-streak. The nades, though, going to be able to take him down. The P1 effort now coming through. The flip already in. Yellow lighted up the feed and the objective. As Q9 looking to get back on into it. It is a 19-5 lead in blue. As P1 getting about as mixy as it can get.
Yeah, P1's always...
I was a little nervous, if I'm not going to lie to you, dude. I'm sick. I'm nervous. My voice is chalked. We're on short breaks, and let me just tell you, I was not feeling like the best. So the fact that I'm listening to myself, I can hear that all. It's kind of concerning.
Yeah, but you see the cushion there, greatly played by Q9. P1, 29 points to their names. If you're looking at it, that's a lion's share split. Anything closer is devastating. The back line's now being held. Tempest out. Lucasen looking to put him down. They need the full 6.
Yo, Alien, what's good, buddy?
Victory. They need this lead. Zeus at a distance, able to find one. They're all starting.
This is a great bounce back from Galorys, who were getting completely outslayed on that P1. I say that, and Lucasen's got 10, so maybe they're not getting outslayed. But I think this is the last good hill for a while for Galorys. Audio cutting off? Is it really? Seems badly. Let's wait till we... Turn the stream volume, please. Up or down? Yo, we're dropping frames drastically, chat. Hold on. I have no idea. We might have to actually restart. Okay, looks like everything's going back up. Frames are still astronomically high. Are we still live? Good God. We're going from like 2,000 bitrate to 16,000. Are we going to bounce back? Or are we done? Are we chalked? Oh my God. It's bouncing to 40,000 right now. 13,000. Okay, we're stabilizing. Are we back? I think we're back. Okay, do we need to turn the stream volume up or down? Let me know.
And although it's not super favorable, they are able to just manage the points as much as possible. But Galorys, with the favorable spawns, are able to...
How about that? Does that sound better?
Longer, taking the lead here.
Does that sound a little better?
And Q9 does not seem like they are geared up to pull away the spawns. They
oh yeah, we're dropping frames again.
P3 a little bit later on. They want to make that their money hill. Is that going to be a mistake off of the Chinese squad? We'll have to wait and see.
Not quite a full 60 off the bat, but only 1 point allotted to it. That side of
all right, we're back.
Two there as Curly does find one there for the exit. D-Ched now looking to put this one away. P3 stilts locked in and loaded. Oh boy, Sparrow is ugly so far. No good. Cloud though with a 2-piece there from the nade, so surely enough. Nothing out of that Sparrow indeed. The War Machine out of Zeus, only able to find one before it's done.
Very impressive rotation here by the players on the side of Galorys. Now they take over the spawn off of Gorilla Base as well. This is going to be favorable for this P3 on setup. But
this was such a weird P3 for both teams. Like, we're in like the first 30 seconds and we've probably only gathered like 10 in total points between the two. And then the operators were ugly as hell.
Yep, 3 ops invested, 2 paying dividends. Mauchi not necessarily going to be proving fruitful. Nonetheless, time being collected. Q9 swinging back into it. 20 seconds is the deficit. The spawns locked in for Q9. Galorys Mihar able to rip him off the heady, and that's 2. They're back into it. Now is the troubles are going to be getting that backside converted, or will they just smash it through the front?
And it looks like they are gonna stick to the ladder.
I'm literally like, I'm sick a little bit casting this, and I'm running out of breath because of how intense things are getting. Like, we don't know what's gonna happen just yet. And then things start to change for the worst for Galorys.
P2 locked in for Galorys. P4 looking like another one going in favor of Q9. Let's see if Foki can make something happen. The divide coming through. Mihawk with a 2-piece. Make it 3. And now all of a sudden, Galorys starting to get locked and loaded. Q9 on the back row.
You feeling pressure when you're casting with AJ? He's like the most popular Garena caster there is, or I don't know. No, I actually enjoyed like his presence. It wasn't overwhelming. He's very intense, I'll say that.
Galorys running circle around Q9 in terms of the spawn management, but they have to be
very intense
engagements here as well. Opening things up, the smokes all laid out, unable.
Yeah, we're like dropping frames back and forth, chat. I'm sorry. It's like I don't know what's going on. You sound good, don't worry, no one else is noticing that. Yeah, but like when I rewatch something, and like especially whenever I do something, like I want it to be not perfection, because obviously that's no one wants to watch perfection. Everyone wants to watch, someone confidently talking. AJ speaks very confidently, I'll just say that.
Q9 keeping him at bay, able to maintain the remainder of this scrap time. Finally, it's going to be Mihawk who's going to be able to find a few kills. 11 points is the difference. We wanted the nail biter, ladies and gentlemen. We got it. 93-82 in the first set of hills. P1 a second dose around. And a little bit of a picturesque moment here as we come full circle. Galorys also on the bad side of the map. Will they be able to get the flip here as well? Q9 playing P1 to perfection so far.
Yeah, round 2 on these hills and Q9 opening up strong. But it's
yeah, I had a blast casting with AJ. The only thing I will say is I wish I would have had a little bit more time with him. Like we didn't get to hang out personally, which I think makes for when you're doing commentary like this, it just makes for a better result. One, because you're able to like figure out how that person operates, and you're able to bounce back and forth a little more effectively with them. I'm not saying what we were doing was generic. All I'm saying is if there was a little bit more of a personal connection, there would have been, it would have been way better. And it was great as it was. So just imagine what it could have been if there had been a little bit more time between AJ and I. I felt like, if we had gone to dinner one night, or if we had just hung out a little bit more in the lobby, I'm not asking the guy to go and drink with me until midnight. All I wanted was just like a little personal time, so I could see how he ticks. I can take hints from his personality and be able to apply it a little bit more effectively.
Here as well, but they have to
it would have just been for the betterment of my casting, just for me. But I'm also I'm very selfish, obviously. So
a little bit later on as well. But for the time being, Q9 seems to have taken a little bit of control on the eliminations as well as the spawns.
Oh yeah, we talked about the respawns being favorited there for Galorys. Well, Q9 says, hold my cup, Vertic and AJ. Second set of hills, picture perfect there for them. 15 seconds left to go. They've got the lead, transferred over back in their hands. And they got the keys to the garage, baby. They got a big P2 setup that is to come as well. And the only rotation that they lost in that first set of hills was P2.
No, I agree. We definitely don't babble on the mic, but
yeah, absolutely. I mean, if they don't...
when you're looking at this series, you don't want to babble on the mic because you just want to make sure that you're focusing on what is happening at hand, because that's what the people want. They want the best matches, to have the best commentary and the most on point at any given time. I'm not talking about like building up hype and intensity at all, giving times, but giving it your all any chance you get. But when you're outside of matches like this, it's very difficult to keep that same intensity when you're not trying to make it up. It's just, I don't want it to be fugazi. I want it to be natural. I want it to happen, as it should, not forced, right? And so it's very difficult to do that when you're casting lower tier matches, and I think that's where I struggle at. Here, the intensity is great. The voice sounds great. AJ's absolutely killing it. He's building up a crescendo for what should be a great ending, and then we get kind of robbed because Galorys just sucked ass for a few kills. Who do you think was the color caster from your duo? I felt like I was adding a little bit more context. He was doing a great job of pointing out things. Not pointing out things, but doing the play-by-play. So it kind of a default. Like, it's really hard to compete with him when he's in a play-by-play perspective, because he's just so damn, like, his voice is so damn good. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, his voice is so damn good. So it's like, you kind of just want to compliment that as much as possible. So I kind of slipped into like a hybrid cast where I was doing play-by-play, but then I was also adding a little context to what was going on too as well.
Don't rip away the spawns off of the speed 2. It's going to be a little bit difficult to catch Q9. Earlier on, the spawn management perfect on the side of Galorys, but Q9 smartening up, understanding exactly what went wrong in the initial circling of hills, and they find the adjustments perfectly here for the second round of hills.
Okay, Hen looking for the flip, not coming through. The spawns, no, they have no idea. They're clueless. Operators proved to be a little fruitful, unfortunate. They have nothing to show for it. Last 30 seconds. They're going to have to brute force push it. There is no time. And Mauchi's got him lined up. A big two-piece from the nade, though. And Zeus providing an avenue. Galorys ready for the hit.
Yeah, I definitely didn't want to linger on too much because, you know, there were moments where I felt like his voice would shine better in an instance of, you know, of high impact. And I prefer the fast brief casting, the going back and forth like that with him, especially in games like this. But it's very difficult to do when you're going to, you know, when you're watching games that aren't as competitive per se, or when the audiences are kind of like already dead set on who, you know, they think are going to win or who's the better team, or you just know the better team is going to win, right? This is one of those games where I felt like we were truly into that moment. Like, I literally could feel my chest fill up, and I was like at a loss for a breath at times because the intensity was just so damn high. And I didn't want to overstep my boundary. I didn't want to continue to linger on talking about what was going on. I just want to provide a little bit of avenue of context and then just let him do his thing.
Seconds to go. Obviously, it was a little bit too much to just give everything away to Q9. Galorys still attempting to pull the hill away, but this is just not the right way to get things done. It's just a little bit too focused around the ruins, and it is like walking straight into a firing squad of Q9.
Look at this route that Q9's taking too. Look at this. They're pushing right. They're playing this. They're playing this like Aussie into P4 into P1, where you flood through the middle. And then you just have whatever route you want to take, except for this is like bunkering spawns for P3 and setting yourself up for success for P4. This is precisely what you want. And then on top of that, you still have a hillman. You got a bump out here. You got 3 devouring anybody, and now they're surrounded. Where are you supposed to go from here?
And setting up early for P3 as well.
Yeah, look at it. They're trying to get the backline spawns. We all know this is going to be devastating, and Galorys starting to panic, if I don't say so. Look at these.
I recognized it. I saw the flush out through the backside. I immediately called it. And this is like, oh no, this is like one of those moments where I'm just like, bro, no fucking way that Galorys is about to get just absolutely slammed.
Gunshots just not hitting. Curly and crew looking to take.
Yo, Curse, what's good, brother?
They smell blood in the water, and they are 100% capitalizing on it.
Oh, man.
Oh, my. The 3-piece. The Emperor himself. The post-mortem. He's letting them have it.
The only thing that could take out Oling at that point was literally Oling as well as his little hunter-killer drone. Unfortunate moment for Q9, but it seems like the rest of the members are just stepping up to the plate here.
Yo, Oleg was fucking cooking right here, bro. Holy shit.
Alive and kicking on the second rotation of hills. Q9 running away with the matchup after initially giving away those massive points to Galorys. Unbelievable comeback here from the Chinese squad.
Not even Lucasen can save them at this moment. 208 to 106. This one, gap just continuing to get worse and worse. Galorys.
Wish you an Infinity cast of the OG maps, Wolves matchup. Y'all would have had a better reaction than Gilmania. I don't hate the guy, but y'all know the players and teams better. I would have liked to cast more than what we casted that day. Like, we finished so early, and I mean 3-0s are just not fun.
To the lobby, it felt like we just literally seen Q9 run away with it. and nothing has sparked. Not in P1, not in P2. P3 shut down. Turtle is a lockdown already. This is nightmare for Galorys.
Yeah, and they've got P4 spawns as well on their side. Q9 has just been running the town here on the second rotation of Hills, and Galorys have got 0 response for
I think
them.
he's got a great
Now
duo
they
in
do
Ton.
hold on to the
I don't think
Combat
that's his
trying to
actual
find a
duo.
couple
I
of
wish
ways
Infinity and I would.
one after the other,
I wish we would cast a little bit more so we could perfect that. I think we have enough energy together, and because we know each other so personally, that it would make for a great duo. So yeah, I agree with you.
Teaching Galorys how to play Apocalypse on hardpoint, and it's a masterclass out of them.
We've seen crazy comebacks on this map before. We're going to get a guaranteed third set of Hills. I don't know if that's the case here for Galorys as things just continue to get worse. Only 5 seconds needed. Make it 4 on the reset. Mihawk and crew, the last stand, they're on the ropes. The feed lights up yellow, but not a mistake to be made here if you are Lucas and squad.
I mean,
I felt like I painted that picture pretty perfectly. Like they, I felt like that was probably one of my better like lines from this matchup.
Steal the hill away for 5 seconds, and you are game. But Foki's gonna make sure that does not happen. Equalizing the playing field here with that operator, and player after player he shuts down.
Kavya, how are you?
As well. 9 shots, but the question is, does he manage to take them out before they drop him? The smoke's all laid out. The Sparrow's gonna work for a first few seconds. On a massive domination here from Galorys.
They pushed up too far here, and this was ultimately what robbed them of this comeback.
Too aggressive. The kills not favoring them this time.
Yo, no man. Tribe just always find a way to win, buddy.
Nonetheless, still.
Okay. Okay. Good pred from Lucasin. Uling is trying to close it out here. They got the backside spawns. They got to be flawless still. 1 second, chat. 1 second. Curly. Oh, big Mauchi.
But it's easier said than done as those players hop on in. Cloud looking for a couple. Gets him 4, but gets annihilated. Galorys on a run of their lives.
I'm just so...
Q9, get the break. Galorys, hold the line. 249, 189. Predator. No hit. No hit. They've got through. They've collected. That's it. No.
And the back
Oh my God, you could hear the upset in my voice, bro. That I felt like I did fairly well for what a matchup was supposed to be in that moment. I get to close out. I'm upset. Like, you can just hear it in my voice. I'm not upset because Q9 won. I was just upset that that's the way it ended.
Galorys looking to make a phenomenal comeback, but they're just giving away too much on that second set of rotations, man. I mean, an unbelievable comeback, I have to say, from Q9 on that second set of rotations, not giving anything away to Galorys, and they just woke up a tad bit too late at the end.
Just imagine, like, we were a part of that moment and it did come through. So close.
Yeah, man.
Fortunately, that second set of Hills just too damning to the side of Galorys.
Yeah.
You start a little faster. You don't necessarily give up all that time on P1. You don't give up all that time on P3.
Yeah.
Then the money Hills, you don't get anything off. If you just find a way to mitigate the damage in P1 and P3, you find yourselves that much closer to making the comeback happen.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, Q9, get the job done. Excellent second set of Hills.
Absolutely.
The third, they just needed a couple. They needed 4 to be exact. They got it through the second. And surely enough, Q9 come out on top, 250 to the side. Galorys fall short of victory.
I mean, Lucasin was cooking out there, but D-Chen was on another level for sure. Falling a total...
I might have lingered on too far there. I think that's the most lingering I did for talking wise.
The time on the hill, but it was a slugfest for sure. Initially, on the opener of that Apocalypse hardpoint matchup, I was getting a tad bit excited.
We might have dropped frames a little bit there. I'm sorry, guys.
And then second circle of hills, it was just Q9's masterclass, dominating the spawns, dominating the hills, not allowing Galorys anywhere close, and that was pretty much what lost Galorys the matchup. And then surprisingly, on the third rotation of hills, Galorys...
My bad, guys. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi.
Flawless, almost.
Yeah, flawless. And even the early rotation of Q9 to control the spawns of P2 was broken, right? But that's where they gave away 3 points. And it was unfortunate. If they could still hold on to those 3 points, I think Galorys could have made some sort of a miracle work out here.
I think so too. And you saw the cams there from Q9.
Do I need to pause? Yo, pause. Holy audio delay? Holy shit, is it really that bad? It's cold in here. Audio going crazy? Is it good now? Do I need to reset the stream? Do I need to stop and restart? Let me know, chat. I'm still dropping frames. Yep. I'm going to stop and restart. All right. Let me know. It doesn't look like we've dropped frames just yet, so it looks like we're solid for the time being. I think we're just going to go ahead and jump back into it.
I mean, victors nonetheless.
Yeah.
But they were not happy about that victory. Why? Because it got so dang close towards the end. Galorys locked in, obviously so close to making that happen. And man, I just like think what could have been. Like I would have fell out, man. My heart was racing. I was on the edge of my seat, even though
I was on the edge of my seat.
Ladies and gentlemen, Q9 come out on top.
Even though I was standing.
To 3. Hardpoint victory coming through for Q9. Looking to make it 2-0 here in the Search and Destroy on Kurihana. What are your thoughts? I don't think they look that impressive against Diabolos on this particular map. Nonetheless, it was a win.
But I think, of course, Galorys would have been able to learn something off of that matchup, right? Which is
100%.
Q9.
I'm still dropping frames on the back end, guys, so I apologize.
Those smokes. You need to make sure you block out all of the access off of these bomb sites as long as possible so that you can allow Lucasin to pull away a couple of lives. If his snipes do meet its mark, I think Q9 is going to get capped here. Galorys, based off of this hardpoint matchup, is showing us that they've got not just the promise, but a lot of potential to rip it away.
I was 100% edging.
What an unfortunate hardpoint this was for Galorys. I think Latam could have just caught big time. It would have just caught big time if it wasn't for the second round of rotations on those hills, man. I mean,
just gonna fast forward.
Playing Kurihana a few times.
Jamal, I was literally edging, and I was on the edge of my seat, and I was not even sitting. I was standing the whole time.
And
let's just say by the end of this broadcast, I was warped.
Upset here, courtesy of Galorys, because, dude, I think that game on Hardpoint was just way too close, man. They need to show up strong here.
Yeah, and I'm rooting for more than a game 3, obviously.
Amen. Yeah.
Preach. All right, first round. First 6 to be exact, going to be the attack. First blood's coming through, make it 2. 4-1. Lucasin able to strike back, but is quickly dealt with. Now, Cloud trying to itch towards this A-long. Only 2 players left standing on the left-hand side of the screen. Q9 looking to go ahead and continue the pounce.
Yeah. Galorys allowing Q9 to play a quick pace. The bomb almost got routed towards A from down mid. They're going to circle back towards B, though. Stick the plant. The defense coming through. Mihawk spotting out those players.
What a nade.
Nade. Anticipating the attack.
Yikes.
Out, and my goodness me. Mauchi just not giving them.
Did Galorys make a new roster for next year?
They're shooting missiles, baby.
I'll just go ahead and tell you.
Continue on now, first round. You know,
Lucasin's out of his contract, right? And they made him sign a 2-year contract.
A little bit more decisive, though.
Damn, dude, I'm still dropping frames crazy. Like, this is crazy, bro.
Able to find that first blood as well as taking out Lucasin. That is the key, the recipe for success. Quick hit over towards the A side. Players are there. Foki shut down, but Uling gonna get traded out instantly.
I mean, great play here by D-Chen. Anticipating the attack from around the corner. Goes out to meet him instead of waiting for those players to pop out of spring lane. Leaving just one single survivor on the side of Galorys. Zeus has to get it done. Snipe off the squad. Up against 3 Titans out of Q9. With the bomb now planted already. 38 seconds. Just a no-go for Galorys. 2-0 to the side of Q9.
Yeah, a little bit of uncertainty there on the defending side. Maybe a little bit of shaky too. Obviously, it got close in the hard point towards the end.
Yeah.
And here in this Search and Destroy, it's been anything but close. 1v3s, 1v2s, 1v whatevers. Lucasen also being dealt with early on. Does add damage, does find his kills, but nonetheless mitigated to an extent.
And this is what I'm talking about. You gotta use those smokes. You gotta slow down the players of Q9.
I'll go ahead and say this: the observers didn't do a great job of justifying this like search or destroy. We didn't catch very many kills at all, and Lucasen getting ripped off of a heady would have been like great to see. Like I don't know what we needed to do to get that change, but it was tough. I'll just say that. When you're trying to tell a story in Search and Destroy, the First Bloods are like the biggest impact like things that you're looking for, and we didn't catch a single one in any of these first 3 rounds.
One that brought Galorys the victory, but Zeus now does manage to trade Cloud back out for a 4v4 fair fight.
Yep, new player introduced here just a couple weeks back, making an impact. See if it makes anything of it. D-Chin looking to clear it on out. A site looking to be approached. 4v4. Wooling and crew trying to get this rock down. D-Chin doesn't miss. Currently going to be traded on the outskirts, but it's Oling. The Emperor himself making himself present towards the objective. Bomb did not get planted.
Yeah, brilliant defense by Galorys here, but
Yeah, we're getting choppy frames again, chat. I apologize.
Around the corner, trying to see if or not he can spot out the players. Foki. And drops the ball, and Oling finds Foki around the corner as well. 3-0, not looking good for Galorys, but I love the pacing of this third round so much more.
Yeah, things starting to become a little more developed here for the defense. Nonetheless, the outcome's still the same. It is Q9 dominating. When we're talking about the standard for Search and Destroy, this is the reason why, man. You know, China just very advanced in their regards to how they play this.
Good call.
And have developed just the absolute perfected way of doing so. Attack, defense, it doesn't matter. Cloud and crew looking to get some action as the aggressive defense trying to change things up.
Yeah.
No wall bangs hitting there. The nade shot now getting baked. Everything looks like it's going to be forced back. The nade not going to hit.
And Lucasen just overstepping their boundaries here, looking for the access into the avenue. But they're going to be held back by those lethals.
Brother, we're chopping frames like crazy again.
That back alley straight towards
what?
That subway entrance. And hand finds Oling. Cloud falls as well as Mihawk traded out by Curly.
Oh boy.
Numbers equal out once again.
Okay, I was thinking maybe the defense would be able to stand strong nonetheless. A 2-piece comes right along and ties us back up. Bomb. Making its way over towards the B site. It is cool. Down session, nade shot, not gonna land. No intel, no hit, no dice. Bomb making its way on through. Nobody able to hear from that distance.
Yeah.
And Q9 might be able to get this rock down.
It's all up to Hen in the situation like this, but Zeus makes a mistake. Maochi will not miss an opportunity like that.
Ooh,
okay.
Big gunfight went in.
One back out though. Bomb on the ground, picked right back up. Maochi this time, he's not gonna fake it out.
2v2.
Find the plan with 20 seconds left
I can't remember if Lucas and crew clutch us up. Oh no, definitely not. Yeah, they're getting ripped, dude. Is HS worthy of being the at the meta, or is it just broken AG as fuck? Yeah, it's broken.
The closest round Galorys and squad have been to taking anything on this defense just disappears right in front of their face. Lucasen goes down. That last kill came through. It's a flawless victory so far.
HS is completely broken.
Will they be able to keep up that same?
And we're dropping frames again. Let's go, baby.
Rotate. Oh, last 2 rounds here on the attack. So far, so good. Lucas, or Zeus, rather, finding the first blood.
Cloud managing to find one before he gets traded right back out, but the numbers not looking good here.
Oh my God.
For Galorys, as Mao Chi strikes yet again. This is looking way too good for the side of Q9. I do like the fact that Galorys have managed to slow the pace down a tad bit in the past 2 rounds, but
chat, I don't know what we're gonna do. Do we continue the stream? Because like all I'm doing is like peeking at my right monitor to see what the bit rate is doing, and it's just like dropping frames. I'm battling over here. I'm at 16% drop frames percentage. It's only getting worse. Hold on real quick. All right, it looks like our Wi-Fi is stable for the time being. I don't know what it's doing. Damn it! Did I take my water? I'll be right back. Let me go grab my water, and we'll get back to the action. All right, buddies. All right. Oh yeah. Looks like we're solid on the drop frame, so it looks like we're good. Let's get back into it. Hardpoint, much better, much closer.
Again, this time
Search and destroy.
the
Ugh.
pressure down mid, but that backfired big time.
25 on the clock, 2v3. Need to make their move. Mauchi holding the long sight of this B-bomb. Hidden crew looking to smash.
Oh man.
Mauchi delivers. Oling the last. 5-0 run here. Last round on the attack. I mean, hell, maybe you just stay on it and finish it out. I mean, you've been flawless this long. Flipping that would disrupt, right? Wrong. Q9 is the standard when we talk about search and destroy.
Yeah.
And this is for the reason. I mean, obviously we talked about Diavolos and crew getting 4 rounds. What is this?
Unexpected for sure. And Galorys just...
At this point, I was thinking in painting a picture that maybe Diavolos could beat Galorys. That was obviously not the case, but
Foki finally finding his first elimination after 6 rounds.
this is the moment that I started to realize that maybe Diavolos could do it.
Before that, Foki, what a god nade this time round. I mean, Foki waking up, and the moment he does, Galorys will pull 1 round back. But I don't know how long more this is going to continue as they finally take the bomb to their side.
I mean, a lot of momentum in 6 rounds. That coming to a complete halt. 4 players left standing on the left-hand side of your screen. It's Galorys looking to keep the drive. Okay, buckle up. Here comes the B hit. Nades out at the ready. Trophies down. Mauchi, first blood. Mihawk there for the trade, not able to get the second.
I love this map in comp.
Nade almost.
Oh my god.
My
17
17
seconds.
seconds, Chad.
I mean, on the defense, on the attack, it just doesn't matter.
Yo, what's up, Ezio? How you doing,
Is
bud?
it?
I love that lineup of nades out of Galorys, though, just to set up the B site, but Q9 was just a step ahead of them as they took the high street to circle around courtyard, avoiding all of those nades, avoiding all of the danger to catch them with the pants down. And now match point with Galorys just 1 round to their side. This is just impossible to make a comeback from, but Lucasen's not giving up just yet.
Yep, 2 in this first round. First by Nade, second by Snipe. It's quickly going to be flipped on its head. 2v2. Uling. Oh, shuts
What
it
a
down.
shot. What a
This is it.
shotty.
The last stand. 1 player.
My
Zeus eliminated. 7-1. Very anticlimactic from the hard point finish. And ladies and gentlemen, that might be the crescendo. Q9 starting to finally reach peak form. Galorys does not look like they stand a chance.
Nope, not in SND.
I wasn't
at
talking
least.
shit. I was just
That
being real,
was
chat. Let me
a
know.
One-sided showdown. And if Hardpoint thought us anything, if Q9 gets going, it is going to be tough to find them in a all-out slugfest. And that's usually what Control tends to be, especially on some of these attacking rounds. Unfortunate, because I expected this to be a little bit closer.
I think we all expected it to be a little bit closer. I mean, come on.
And it was anything but that. It was super one-sided.
I'm starting to have concerns. This might be the end of an arc that is, I mean, been crippled for the past years. But now, I mean, we're looking at the hard point, very commanding victory, almost a comeback, but almost doesn't count. The search and destroy. No, I mean, I didn't see any signs of life. Lucasen finds one dead, takes two dead. It's just
Yo, K-Roo, what's good? Damn, Verdict, what's good, broski? How you doing? How we doing, butter? How's it going, homie?
2-0 so far.
I mean,
One map away from finishing the mouth.
This is what China has been prepping for all this time, right? Like you said, 2022, they didn't really show up all that too much, and that's when the hustle started. They really started hyper-focusing on these SNDs. And
I don't know if that's a real K-Roo or not, but if it is, what's up, homie?
SNDs a little bit too much because those respawns just went down the drain, but that's where they really woke up, and now Q9 Wolves both looking really sharp in the
Doing good. What about you, brother? I mean, we're chilling, buddy. We're having some internet technicalities, but it seemed to stabilize itself.
I mean, Hardpoint as well was a little bit of a letdown. Galorys do have an opportunity to pull things back on this control, though, and I hope they do, because a 3-0 on this upper bracket final.
Oh, it's you?
Not something else.
The one and only.
I didn't have this matchup ending this way.
Yeah, after this search and destroy, I was just so like disappointed with how this series was going. After the search and destroy, we lost a lot of momentum and things started going downhill.
Complete. I've seen them struggle in hard points.
Yeah.
I've seen their map pool kind of just dwindle. I didn't even know coming into this event what their best map was.
So real.
They didn't really play hardpoint very well. They had a mixed result in the control as well. But with the addition of Cloud, I can finally start to see things clear. They can do it on both fronts. The control is a little wobbly, but as I mentioned earlier,
what percent of players use no finger sleeves? That's a great question. Pretty much everybody that I've seen it.
But so far, business being handled.
Yo, freaking Mihawk has the dogs out. I wish I would have seen that. He's got socks on right now, but
for the count, the control going to be the deciding factor.
I'm going to be crazy now, and I'm going to say Galorys makes a comeback here on this control matchup.
I don't think that's crazy. I think that's a lukewarm take.
Yeah, I think Galorys has got all the chances in the world, and these boys have got that fighting spirit. More than that, they've got the mechanical capabilities. I think Hardpoint kind of threw them off the balance just a tad bit. I don't think they were expecting that shutdown at all, because initially they started off really strong. They were controlling the momentum. Second rotations of points. I don't even know what happened to Q9.
No.
Because they just went ballistic.
It's like they all disconnected from the lobby because they didn't get maybe a handful of points from the first set of hills to the third.
Your mom says that you're special.
But then I start to think too as well.
I'm starting to question the authenticity of this K-Roo chat.
Was him chirping about the impressive search and destroy, like that's.
Yo, I'm glad I called this shit out. Like,
and they play in Kirihana here, and
they got bodied,
blasted.
Yeah,
that's a confidence killer.
Yeah,
right. Are you going to be able to peel yourself off the ground? And
oh yeah, chat. I wanted to share this with you earlier, but I just didn't find the time to do it. We actually shared a plane from Frankfurt to wherever, I think it was, or no, from Katowice to Frankfurt, Q9, and I sat right across. I was one row back, right across from the Emperor himself. And let me just tell you, after getting off that plane, my aura just shot through the roof. Like, he slept the whole time, and all I could do was just like watch him. I was dozing off in and out, but I mean, you could just like the aura that just radiates off of Wuling. Just, it's ridiculous, bro. I mean, it attached to me and it took over my being. Now, granted, that aura immediately left my body because I got slammed in between two bigger gentlemen in the plane ride that was like 10 hours long from Frankfurt to Atlanta. And let me just tell you, chat, I was so pissed. I had never been so pissed in my life. I would have loved to sit there and have a conversation with him, but he was literally like, just like me, like passing out in the flight. And it was only like an hour and a half flight. We were both exhausted, but I could feel the aura from him right across the way from me.
Put your best foot forward. I know this is not defeat. This is not the end.
Yeah.
But you're possibly on the brink of being in a 1-1 situation. Control Crossfire, the best map possibly here for Q9. And I don't know. I have certainties and I have questions.
I am expecting a double snipe for sure out of the Q9 squad just to control the movements of the players out
They didn't
here
snipe
on
at
the
all,
side
did
of
they?
Galorys.
Or Mauchi might
But
have.
let's see if or not we're gonna see.
I don't think
any
on the
bit
attack they do. I
of
think they
long-range action. Uling
type.
is gonna be walking.
They
in
type
here
it out,
with the
type
Solstice,
63.
the HS0405, looking for those very close range combat. But then A side is going to be attempted for
Switching
very early on
switching
here
POVs
from the
mid
side of
gunfight. Okay,
Q9
that's a
with
big
no
pickup.
defense whatsoever out of Galorys.
None at all, indeed.
Yo, brother, they were snoring, my guy. They were absolutely snoring on the plane.
Nine looking to try to make something happen. No, there it is. The HSO continuing to make itself relevant, even on a big map like Crossfire. Mauchi and Nuling looking to shut down this A site, rather.
Uh-oh.
The life count very much so close. Foki with a two-piece. Let's hold my cup verdict.
Yeah, that's exactly what you gotta get out of these. The players on the side of Q9 stacking up that hill, no trophies played, and they get punished for that. And the clearance of the markers on that A site. Galorys looking for the defense here, and they're playing it perfectly on the side of B. As far as holding everyone
This is when I
back,
thought
Hems
Galorys
doing
was starting to
an
wake up.
Amazing job.
Very defensive-oriented map. That's what I will say. I'm not trying to defend Q9. What I will say is this is expected if you're going to win this one. And Galorys handling business so far. 15v10. Second ticket progress.
He is also the
Looking to
tallest
get
guy, and it's by a
something
large
saddled
margin
up,
too.
but B now
Yo,
is the
Mauchi?
audible coming
Yo,
through.
chat. Mauchi is literally like, he's a shorty. All right, Mauchi was probably the shortest guy there besides Caesar. Uling was about my height. With the hair, he's probably taller.
I'm looking for a little bit of map control. Curly, the last hope, he's going to be dealt with.
Very nice.
Ichin going to be able to find a cleanup, finds two, but they're down to 5 in the life count.
You got to respect the way Galorys went on in there, dropping those smokes, obscuring the vision of Q9, looking for the defensive spots, and they dwindle their lives down. No more respawns. 2 more lives left here for Q9, and Galorys giving us that comeback that we definitely need out of LATAM. But this is the defensive round, so it's technically on their side.
Yeah, they're okay. I thought they were just going to run for their lives. Like, hey, you saw the last player for Q9. He's like giving himself up. Galorys not necessarily going to be able to take advantage of cycling their operators, charging them up. And
that was a big
possibly
miss.
A misread. I say it's a victory in that round, obviously, but you're looking at only one op charged up for this next. But here comes Zeus. He's going to go make the most of it.
Gets a triple out of that.
Yo, he's got just crazy energy, bro.
For the cap. The players on the side of yellow, you know what it is. Q9 already on the defensive spot, but the capture onto A is.
Man, you should have casted more. Hearing you two sharing mics was a bingo list. Yeah, dude, I wish. I will no longer blindly sign contracts, is all I will say. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, I desperately needed to cast more than one day for my well-being.
Whoa! Almost catches another. And does pop the op immediately. Okay. Running them down, trying to push them back in. That's a 3-piece. Ladies and gentlemen, Crossfire. Possible spawn trap coming through if Cloud can continue to streak up. He's going to get caught up on the hop, but it doesn't matter. 4 in the feed for him.
Man's going to be that pretty in any moment now. This is just a unbelievable.
Next year I'll become a caster, no cap. Let's go.
The defense played perfectly out of Q9. They pushed the boys of Galorys out of that A site.
Gotta go now. Statistics class tomorrow. GG's, Jivis. I appreciate you for dropping through, big dog. Hope you have a good class tomorrow, my guy.
With a capture on the final segment for Galorys, if they pull this off successfully here, perhaps they stand a chance to run away with this control map. And they're going to do exactly that on A as they capture it, extending the time.
6v13. Make it 11 is 2 fall instantly. Cap's coming through, a minute on the clock. You've got a minute and a half on the clock. You've got plenty of time. You've got streaks. You don't have operators. Lucason's going to be
Mauchi. Okay, good. I don't know why you pushed that. That's
Foki. That is an egregious push through. D-Chin now going to be able to take advantage of that one. Mihawk going to be able to get inside. But it's down to 2v9. The hopes of finding an offensive victory are going to be falling short unless a miracle comes through, and that's it's not 34th Street and it's not Christmas. So I'll go ahead and tell you that's not here. 1-1. Big notes. Streaks are held. Operators, we've got 2 available on the left-hand side of your screen. Cloud's got all of his ops, or all of his streaks, as well as 2 ops immediately popped. It's going to be Malchi there with the Annie.
It's going to be crucial, and obviously...
Me and Verdict in the lineup for 2026 World Cup. Let's go! I love that. Ooh, this is where things get out of hand. Yo, okay, that was a great response, Predator. You take out the Annie. You're not pinned back in your spawn just yet. You got Uling, who's in a prime position, but
he's got an equalizer at the ready to just pounce on it. The moment now coming through.
Okay, big two, and that's it. Two and done. So it's not massive damage.
To be alleviated, but the life count is certainly a factor. Q9 starting to
this is where things get crazy, though.
Need to figure things out.
Could this be the first attacking round victory for the side of Q9?
Yo, what'd you say, Kavya? Why'd you retract it?
As all those operators, as well as streaks, brought out from the side of Q9, but it looks like Galorys is still saving a few up. Those operators are going to be making a huge difference in a little bit, and it looks like they are going to give this round up.
I mean, yeah, I don't think they can afford to lose any more lives. They have to set up here for this rotation. D-Chin certainly trying to make things very much so stressful as the exit coming through. Tempest at the ready there for Curly, able to find the first blood, the nades.
Good read there for Curly. The trophy is going to be on the right-hand side.
Is the
Yikes.
Continue the strike.
Oh, buddy.
They're making 4-5 in the feed in yellow. Down the 5 is Galorys, and ladies and gentlemen, this might be the end of the line.
This is unbelievable. Galorys, I expected the investment of those operators to come out. I didn't expect them to give away a defensive round with 3 more lives. Obviously, this is not going to work, but all of their players gearing up for a super showdown. Every single player on the side of Galorys have got on standby their operator skill. And now a defensive round for the side of Q9. Will this be a attacking victory for the side of Galorys? If they pull this off, then obviously the odds are on their side for their next defensive round.
I love this. 3 off the rip, make it 4. Go ahead and get the map control for days. Go ahead and get that hard objective, but it's D-Chin in return, able to find 2. Hand on the flip side, finds 2, make it 3. Feeds lighten up blue, they're looking to push him back in the spawn.
Every single
this was a great start here for Galorys. But the only thing that they don't do that Q9 did much better was they played the objectives significantly better. Like, you get... Yeah, I'm calling it out right here. All that invested, and you've got nothing to show for it other than just a 6-life lead. There.
No ticks of progress in as of yet. That one should have been quick stacked. A missed opportunity there for Galorys.
I quickly called that out because
to pay for it. You do have a little bit of pressure into the spawn. You do have Mihawk, who's finally starting to pick things up as he finds 2 in the combo in the feed. But you're back to square
Galorys was really on fraud. No, they were 100% on fraud alert.
Easier objective that should be guaranteed almost every round. And nothing to show for all of those operators. I would say wasted.
Yeah, you save up 5 of those operators and you invest them all at the same time. A disaster.
COD Mobile Esports with no operators would not be COD Mobile Esports.
Like said, nothing to show for it. Yes,
sorry.
The 3-life deficit on the side of Q9.
I just firmly believe in
all on this defensive round. They're gonna let go of A and stake all of their lives on this bus station. But Galorys, they might just be able to make a comeback here. 4-life deficit. Yes, they wasted their operators, but this is still winnable for the LATAM squad.
It is indeed, but I mean, what are you going to rely on? Curly's got something in the back pocket there. Tempest, if anything, gets crazy. Uling as well. Malchi now's earned his. That's 3 ops. This one might be dropped.
Yeah, man.
You need 1 complete wipe if you're Galorys.
Yeah.
And right now, you can't even find a kill. That's 4. We're even. 10v10 with a minute on the clock.
2 operators invested.
And at that moment, at the beginning of the round, I knew Galorys were toast. Verdict, why are you ignoring Linda? What'd she say? Does this man not see my messages? How did they decide who is going against who? Day 1? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's a randomizer. But the way that they do it is they seed the bracket for the group. All right. If there's a #1 team from a region, that team will play against a #4 team, which is either a 3rd place team from North America or a 2nd place team from, you know, another region. They'll never go against another 1 seed, is what I'm saying. Like, hold on. Let me see if I can pull up an example. There's a bracket that I can pull up on Twitter. Let me just find it real quick. So I don't know how they play COD Mobile esports. There we go. I don't know how they actually console esports isn't boring. Yo, chat, what do you guys think about me casting some mainline COD? Because I think there's an opportunity for me to maybe try to break into that as well. Thoughts? I don't know how they seeded the groups, but I do know this is how they seeded the actual. Just give me a second to pull it up. Yes, is our thoughts. Let's go. All right. So I did reach out to a few tournament organizers that are in the mainline COD scene, and I'm putting my name out there. There goes an idea for a Bobby Plays tournaments, no ops tournament. You know what? I don't think no ops is the basis of what you want the tournament to be. I think that's just a feature. Like, you know, when you think about like actual like themes for tournaments that he's done, that would just be a feature. That wouldn't be like the basis of a tournament. Okay, so here we go. That's not a good representation. Or maybe it was. I think it was the only representation. So this is how it works. Where'd it go? I just had it. There we go. We'll take a look at the groups. Open image, a new tab. Pull it up over here. Boom, bam, chicken ham. All right. The way this works, Elevate is a #1 seed in their region. Exclusive, also a #1 seed. However, their seed is #2 because Elevate has 2 teams in their region. So they won't play against each other off the rip. OUG, last place, because they were given the 3rd place slot for China. So they're technically the number 4 seed in this group. On Mythic Dream, I think they were #2. So that pins them in a third seed, sorry. So the #2 team and the #3 team face off against each other. The #4, which is OUG, and the #1 team, Elevate, face off each other. And then the winner of those series moves on to face off against the winner of the 2nd series. That's how that works. There was a graphic that showed this exact. I don't know where it went though. Damn, this is tough. I just can't remember where I saw it at. Group stage. Maybe there's a bracket here. No, they didn't even do it in. Yeah, but that's how that works. Makes no sense in my brain. So you got to think about it this way. If you put a #1 on Elevate, #1 team in that group. The same goes for Wolves because they're the #1 China team. All right? They're the first seeded team in this group. It goes Wolves as a #1 team, New Gen Ninjas as a #2 team, Animus as a 4th seed team because they were introduced and took the spot of a team that was no longer participating, and Amigos being a 3rd slot team. So the #2 and the #3 teams are always going to face off against each other. Okay? The #1 and the #4 teams are always going to face off against each other. Galorys is a 1st seed because they won their region. They face off against the #3 team in North America because they're the 4th seed in this group. Technically, Diavolos is the higher rated team in this group. So they are #3, or #2 rather. And they go up against the 3rd seed in this group, which is Q9, because they're a 2nd place China team. If a first place China team would have been in here, it would have been them being the number 1 slot. TLE is the number 1 seed in this group. They didn't even make it out because they were the number 1 North American team. There's no other number 1 team in here besides Bear Clan, and they were, you know, 2nd seed because they finished first in their region, and their region doesn't have as many spots. So 1st seed to TLE, 2nd seed to Bear Clan, 3rd seed to Stalwart because they finished 2nd in their region, and then the 4th seed to Street, who is the number 3 team in their region. So the seeding always goes 1 and 4 facing off each other, and then 2 and 3 facing off against each other. I don't know if there's any other way to explain it. Let's get back to the action, because I'm trying to wrap this up before 1 p.m. today.
What were those ops out of Q9? They're selling it back. Cloud in a prime position. Smoke on through. 4v5. Q9 looking to get the job done. Galorys looking to stay alive. OT abound. Or is it the 3-0? It's devastating. Galorys 29 seconds in a dream. Make it 3. Oh, then on top of that, the smoke gives you intel. Zeus is right around the corner on the bottom of the staircase. Down to 4. V3, 15 seconds. This is it.
Linda, it's not weird, okay? It's not weird.
There it is. There it is.
10 more seconds left.
2 ops.
Zeus.
Oh.
And down. Just 1 single life left. And Q9 just obliterated your LATAM number 1 squad, Galorys. A no contest up against the Chinese Giants.
And they didn't even let it go to OT. I saw the vision there. There's 15 seconds. They didn't pressure. They waited for those operators to come through. It didn't make a
Devastating
lick of a difference.
Nah, man.
Galorys falling short of even finding 1 map. And it wasn't even relatively close. I mean, we took a look at the hard point.
Yeah.
It was a brutal second set of hills. You look at the search and destroy, there was never, they couldn't even light a candle. Is getting blown out. Then the 3rd game there in the control, it's just brutal.
5 operators all invested at the same time.
And nothing to show for it.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
It was still equal on the lives. I mean, one good reason to smile was that Q9 didn't really use their operators well. But
yeah,
still,
100%.
It was unfortunate, right? The way this was played out, I expected a dragged out series, but what we got was a dominating Q9. And LATAM just showing up a tad bit weak here. But of course, it's not all over just yet. 2 teams can qualify out of this group. Galorys still stays one of the favorites to do exactly that.
Absolutely, indeed. I felt like we just
All right, we'll take one more look at Sexy Verdict before we move on to our last series of the day. This is the last time we see me on stream, unfortunately.
From Mobile Masters back in 2024 should have been. And nonetheless, what we got was a damn good Q9. That, let me just tell you, I said it in the first matchup, and I don't think I was premature. If I'm being real with the addition of Cloud, this Q9 roster is electric.
Yeah.
They've covered up their damage in the hard points.
Yep.
They figured out a way to, you know, find some map pool selection.
Because this is it.
Search and destroy.
Man, I look great, dude. Look at me, man.
Chef's kiss.
Look how fucking good I look, bro. Like, I'll continue to gas myself, dude, because I put a lot of effort into making sure I looked great this year. And it paid off. Verdict, Andrew Champion showed a spreadsheet of prep work he had tournament. Is this something that he did on his own, or was that shared with all the casters? That was something he did on his own. One, because he's new to the scene. So anything statistically speaking is completely advantageous to his casting. It's great. When you're not connected to a community the way that, you know, a person like Bobby or myself or Infinity is, and you're coming in and you're casting that, you want to be as prepared as possible. And that dude prepped greatly. I would show you my prep sheets, but they did not look that great. I literally did a slideshow for all the teams just in case they swapped the casting up, in which they did, and I'm glad I did. And I'll just go ahead and tell you, it was so simple, bro. I put in a few words here and there. I looked at some of the percentages of the maps. I just don't connect analytically with a spreadsheet. It just doesn't appeal to me. I can't relate to it. I feel like a robot. Okay, I can't look at a sheet and be like, oh well, there it's plain and dry, you know. But for someone who is not as, and I'm sure he watched way more COD Mobile than I did coming up to this event, and he was well more prepared with those stats as well too. It's just very hard to connect with on my level. One, I'm not a color caster. I'm a play-by-play caster, which, you know, doesn't, you know, being a color caster in the mix with being a hybrid caster, you know, a mix between the two, casting with AJ, I should have probably done a little bit more research so that way I could have had something, you know, more powerful to talk about. But you never really know until you get into the event, and, you know, that's where you kind of decide. You just kind of let the flow of the games to go through. But yeah, Enigma did amazing homework and really belonged on that beat stream. Now, did I not belong on that one? Hell no. I think I felt like they should have swapped this in and out. And that was the words that were like shined back and forth between everybody in the studio was like, why are we not having, you know, a second set of casters on the beat stream? Why are they just doing this solo as a couple, obviously, or as a duo, obviously, not a couple, because that'd be kind of weird, right? Well, no, I mean, to each their own. One's, never mind. I won't get off on the tangent. But why didn't we have a second set of casters on the B stream for day 2? That is a missed opportunity that I will never forget, and will be the reason why I will always, when I get a contract presented to me, I will always figure a way to, you know, get myself into the door before signing. I'm obviously going to test the limits and see what I can get away with. What I can get for myself, because I felt like I've earned an opportunity to cast on day 2, and I felt like I don't know if anybody else can agree with me, but I should have been there. I was there, and I should have been casting. That's it.
Let's through day 1. Congratulations, Q9. Booked your ticket to day 2.
Yeah.
Very much so uncontested. Who's going to be that second team? I'm starting to look at our lower bracket, our next matchup. Diavolos, XG Esports. Whatever that moves on to face off against Galorys. And if it's Diavolos, I'm feeling a little concerned for Galorys, if I'm being honest with you. And I don't know if I can actually like have that feeling yet. Is it valid? Obviously, Diavolos have to make it past, you know, this next matchup.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to feel a little concerned for Galorys after that one.
I'll not start sweating just yet. I think Galorys still has got in the bag. It's just up against Q9.
If they had to prep by watching COD Mobile, that means they watched you and Bobby. Actually, when I spoke to Enigma about it, he was literally watching Billy for CDM. He did not know we had... I mean, that's not his fault because he's not a part of the scene, so he wouldn't know. But if he had reached out to literally anybody, they could have told them there's an English broadcast that was, you know, in the form of a watch party. That would have been a lot easier to talk about and a lot easier to digest.
Matchup, you know, it was.
We look damn good together too, man.
But it's the manner in which they lost that matchup, which is what I'm not very happy with. But who knows? Maybe they just didn't really pay a lot of importance to the victory here. But of course, we're going to take a quick short break. When we come back, it is
all right, chat, that's it.
of the lower bracket. Loser,
love you, homie.
Winner continues to stay on.
That's it. All right, that's unfortunate, chat. All right, depression sets in. I am obliterated. Let's fill that depression with some hype. Mod 6 and
be disciplined on S&D. They've got a lot on their plate.
Mod 6 and
in a matchup like this.
I think what's important to note that on the Star Wars
and D Hitman,
anybody can pop off, right? One game you have Clove top frag, next game he's bottom frag because Reef popped off, you know, Jai popped off, Skirt popped off, FDX popped. All of these players popped off. So that's where I think.
So now we're gonna be watching Street and Stalwart Esports. If I'm not mistaken, Street took a map off them. Is this correct?
Not as strong.
Let me know.
And the other team, but that's fine, right? You have some good players. Let's go ahead and take a look.
And we're seeing the initial bans come in. We see a Hacienda.
They lost one map, and it was against
our
Street, I
first
believe.
hard point from Stalwart Esports. So we will not see a Hacienda. Interesting that STE decides to throw the ban in on Hacienda. It looks like they don't want as chaotic a start there. An interesting ban coming in for Hardpoint. Summit Hardpoint banned by Street Gaming. That's an expected pick in that situation. Then we see Slum's pick from Street Gaming, and Stalwart is going to start on the blue side. So listen, we're going to have a interesting map here because, listen, we shut down Hacienda for Hardpoint, but Slums has a chaotic P1 as well.
I agree. I mean, listen, it is not as crazy as Hacienda, right? You can actually easily break P2, P3, P4. Hacienda is a lot more close quarters, so I can understand why. We're actually going to see Kunorahama for the first time if we get the game for it, obviously. The SND map, I actually didn't see it. That's going to be fun to watch, right? The SND is going to be very, very interesting to watch because we're going to have, looks like it's going to be Coastal. That's going to be huge. Coastal. And then we also going to have some maps that we want to take a look for, especially, I think Control was Crossfire. So we're talking about shotguns.
Listen, Coastal on S&D is a serious, like, the thing about Coastal is when you decide to push, you have to commit and you have to win the first couple of gunfights on offense. A Coastal map will shut down a push so quickly because they have very, like, 3 distinct
I love that
lanes,
Mod
so
had no,
isolated
like,
from
he
each
did
other.
no
You
prep
could
coming into this event, and he just sounds so fluid with what he's saying. I love that confidence.
We are getting in to our hard point map.
I fucking love Mod, dude.
We look
He's
and
great.
Expect a chaos all about those P2 and P3 rotations. Who can manage on P1? Who can get the rotation in? Who are going to win their gunfights in this hard point between these two powerhouse teams? We got Street Gaming and Stalwart.
Let's go.
On Slums.
Yeah, when
Okay.
we played this last time. Ooh,
First time watching Stalwart for me.
But 2-piece coming in here by STE.
Outside of
Pretty
day
much
2.
in here as the point's going to be pretty split right now, as Pevzera is going to get taken down here in the point. ST on the point. GTO get taken out here as well. Again, most contested point. However, the fact that they have 11 points to 0 right now is not a good sign for Street Gaming.
STE Street finally able
Kid
to
is-
get points on the board as Stalwart starting out very strong with their hold.
I love
But now
Kid.
Street locking it down. We see Clove trying to play spoiler, unable to do so. We have Street Gaming tying this up now almost as Stalwart gets back on the point. The
LeBron
points contested.
James!
This is the P1 we expect. Interesting to
Oh,
see
what a
Stalwart
flick.
start out with a strong beginning here.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
Stalwart
pretty much
clearing out the
maybe a 10-point
objective.
lead going
Backline's
into
now
the
set.
point.
Last 15
Rotation,
seconds.
however,
Got to start
looks
thinking
like
about the
it's
rotation for
gonna
new
be
FTX.
for Stalwart.
Gets baited out of
Gonna have the
blue.
next one. Holding the next
Spawn's still
rotation.
split. No, they've got it
ST's
locked down.
actually
It's
still
split for the time
remaining
being.
alive.
Time's still
Actually,
opening up for
right now,
business.
Street Gaming is going to have the rotation. So we'll see what happens here as they're going to have P2 in control. But Jai's going to come in behind to try to play spoiler.
Yeah, Chaotic getting a couple of kills there. We have Street Gaming sacrificing the scrap on P1 to get P2, but Stalwart now coming in.
Good hold
attempt.
here, opening up. They
Unsuccessful. Street
sniffed
Gaming
Jai
able to
out.
Hold this point down and really hold Stalwart off now. We see
Perfect
Stalwart
rotation
Gaming
here for
try-
Street.
Try to break with 2. They're still
Stalwart
able to
still throwing
contest,
bodies at it,
but
which is,
shut down
I mean,
by Maggie.
oh my
As
God,
gets the 2
Maggie!
piece. Bigodera gets the 3.
Woo!
And Pabzera gets the 4th, able to shut down that push as they contest again. Now they finally push with 3. Are they going to get it? But we've got that.
Pabzera getting to 2 Sparrow kills, picking another one here.
Good break there by
STE gonna be
Ken.
able to get
Good break.
the point here. However, spawns are still in favor of Street Gaming.
I know
We'll see what
Mod's probably
happens
like,
here. Skird's gonna be able to break the points here, maybe
why'd you
pick up a
cut
few
me
more
off, you son of a
points
bitch?
off of this hard point.
But he's
We
like,
might
no,
see
I
the
probably
early rotation
need
by
to stop
Street
talking there.
Gaming.
That's
We'll
good.
see
That's a good read.
Yeah, Stalwart able to get a strong break.
Good
there and
bounce
get those
for-
final
bounce
20
back from
seconds.
Mod
That's
here.
Big to keep this lead, but Street is looking to be early to every point now. Although we see the big rotations coming in now, huge fights on this point, and then we see Stalwart into the point, looking to keep this lead, looking to keep this momentum. Street Gaming needs to respond. Clove getting it done on the backside, has the equalizers out, runs up on Maggie, gets Maggie from behind.
Hey, yo!
And Clove locking it down. Skurd
Mod
with the
getting
operator out as well.
a little spicy.
Street Gaming starting to get in the kill feed, trying to make a map at Skurd, looking to play spoiler here with the death machine. Goes down to a grenade, clutch grenade from Maggie, and Street Gaming gets the break off of that grenade throw.
Yeah, but as we say that, we see the kill feed just filled with stalwarts. Let's take a look and see what happens here as we see some break coming in by ST.
I wanna play COD Mobile now.
Pevzera wanted to get the kill, but holy speed,
Brother.
it is STE. They said, no, we're going to spread this and go through all. Wow.
Oh,
Street
well,
Gaming
what there,
with a
kid?
mildly successful break there. They thought they had it in, but STE shuts it down, looking to close this point out, go up with double the points. STE says they are the strongest team in Group D. Can they hold this lead down? Reef getting kills on the backside as he gets the scrap points. The rotation in
Like and sub for $1
STE
million,
fights on the point.
Chad, and a
Street
free
Gaming looking to
mythic.
close down this point, unable to do it as Clove locks it down. Clove able to secure this point early. Skirt on the backside. They're shutting down every single push as they try and push in. Door shots, window
Oh my
shots.
God,
The kill
Skirt.
feed's going in
You're a
for
dog,
STE
buddy. You're
as
a
they start
dog.
this next point out with control.
Wow, it's a 60-point lead right now. STE kill feed. But as I say, that Street Gaming taking back this next point, making the break. Hopefully they can hold this point for a little bit as Pepzera is trying to hold that back point.
Oh.
One kill, not able to get one. However, Chaotic's gonna pick up 2 kills right there. Points coming in. However, Jai's gonna have the War Machine coming in and gets taken down here. Reef wants to break this, but not able to break it yet.
Street Gaming with the great double chow. Their first significant hold so far, but now Stalwart coming in with the break. In this matchup,
Yeah,
we
same
see
thing,
both
Vendetta.
teams
I just
able to
open
be
the game and I don't
successful with
play.
the break, but STE, the only
I'm
one
lying.
able
I don't
to
even.
get
I don't ever
longer
open the game.
holds.
Who am I
Street
trying to impress?
reverse that here as they get the majority of the points off this. Their first hold out on scrap time, and they have to manage rotation as they get this scrap. But Street trying to close this gap. STE gets the final couple of seconds, and we have a 1v1 on this next point. Clove able to win there, setting his team up for the hold as we go back to P1. We're into the chaos. STE is up by 50 points almost. Clove in with the equalizer, finally goes down after a couple of kills, and STE trying to be as strong as possible, but goes down, cannot get any significant time on this P1 as we see Street finally getting in there with a little bit of space on P1. Let's see if they can get any points here.
Yeah, it looks like GTO is picking it up. He actually had the lowest frag, but now slowly and surely picking up 17 kills here. Kill feed in favor of Street Gaming. P1 is going to be controlled by Street Gaming. Then they're going to be closing up this gas. Bigo Dara is going to pick up another kill here. Look at this
Whoever's
kill
idea
feed.
was for you to
Just
cast for
Street
Aerith's
Gaming.
tournament
And we have 2
was-
for Pepzera.
Was really smart since she was new to casting. It was actually Aerith's idea. She reached out to me personally. And you know, Aerith knows I got nothing but love for Aerith. Like, I'm a huge, like, #1 Aerith fan. Have been since day one.
Street Gaming has this lockdown. They've got the spawn. They've got the rotation.
I will always gas her up. Kristan improved a lot, especially with the glitter explosion buff. 100%. I think Aerith did pretty well, actually, even though I don't really vibe her. Aerith is very serious. When she does have fun, she's such a delight to be around. Like, her energy is unmatched.
Getting some kills here, and they're gonna make the break here.
ST on the break, but Street still with the spawn. Street gonna try and make a break from the backside. We see kills going back and forth. Street Gaming getting a couple of kills there. Pabzera with the Sparrow out, finally goes down after 2 kills. They're trying to make this break with everything they can.
Vertica might go make some peanut porridge and goat soup for brunch. Damn, son, that sounds good. I'm fucking starving right now. Brother, hook me up.
Trying to make a comeback. They're getting these great double chows on the defense. Players on low health, and Street Gaming able to hold this down. Really, both teams fighting for the final couple of seconds here. Street able to bring it to under 20.
I'm starving. This is actually a close game, and I'm not really. I'm connected, but I'm not really connected.
Full control right now of P3. Got the backside, got the spawns as well. Even's got the kill streak right now. You can see Clove popping off right here. Hopefully they can make a break here, but this is one hard point to break unless you bring out the operators. However,
Okay, Jai.
Stalwart bring out the operators. Oh my goodness, this might be a full control for STE.
Jai with the absolute lockdown with that War Machine, almost able to solo hold the point on this
couldn't
advantage.
get that last one. That's
Getting that
tough.
break together. They come in here with a 3-man break, one on the backside, no success so
Oh,
far.
you're out in the
STE
wide
plenty
open
of
with this,
kills on the
buddy.
kill feed. Tempest down
This
for
is an
GTO. He gets
egregious
it, but only
Tempest
gets one
pull.
kill in their break. They've got a man on the point, but STE coming in with 3 here.
Street are panicking, bro. Street, like, literally panicked here.
Seconds left on this point. This is a huge point for Stalwart Gaming.
They're getting fed, bro.
Death Machine kill. kills to hold that point for his team. Has the operator, has the score streak, absolutely shutting it down. Skirt is on a heater right now. Gets the info, gets the pred kill, and STE showing why they have the hype, showing what it is to have a Garena fan base behind them on this point. The Street had to do something on that point, and they got nothing done, Hitman.
I mean, dang near perfection on that point by Stalwart Gaming. Only lost maybe
60
like
point
2
advantage
seconds
rolling
off
into it.
that. And right now, they even got control
Yikes.
of the next one. We'll see what happens as Clove wants to take everybody and everything. Give me your money,
yo.
he says. Oh my goodness.
Oh
Right now, we're gonna be close
my
to a 100
God.
point lead. Clove being a menace, picking up 1 kill, maybe a second one, gets beamed by Bigodi. Bigodera is what I meant to say. Unfortunate, but Skirt's
Wow.
taken down
They're
by
getting-
that Predator missile.
They're getting
And,
cooked.
wow, I mean,
Kentucky Fried Chat.
Clove looking near unkillable.
Since you're in the industry, I need to know what life
Absolutely
insurance should I actually
strafing
get in the
points to
future?
this done with the equalizers for Street
Give me the
Gaming.
inside
One
scoop.
more kill, goes down
What do you
on
what do you want to
break.
hear about
Stalwart
insurance?
with the break here. Contested
Because there
point,
there
Chaos
there are a
goes
couple
down
of different
and
people
Stalwart
that when you
successful
hear
with the break.
insurance, you think about a few things.
3 times already in this match.
Like-
huge double kill on the pred for Clove.
Sure, you
and
can
that
get insurance through your
solidifies
company.
this hard point break and lockdown.
my goodness.
You can get
Clove
life
getting
insurance
cooked
through
at
your company
50
that you
on
work
able to
for.
get a
That's great and all,
huge
but that
kill
only
right there.
applies
However, it's not over just
to
yet.
when
I
you're
know
with that
almost
company.
close
Once
to
you
that 100
leave,
point
you no
going
longer
back
have access to that. Now, of course, you
don't
can roll it
expect
over.
STE to win off of this
But
one. As I say that, look at the
what I
operator
focus in
right
primarily
now.
is mortgage
The kill
insurance.
feed is
So, like, if you
all
get hurt or
STE.
injured or heart
We'll see what
attack,
happens here.
blase, you get paid out for not being able to work. You get paid out for not being able to pay your mortgage, right? And you can use that money for anything, right? So you get in what you put in. That's all I will say. There are a couple of different ways to do it as well. I would say the younger you are, the better you are to make that decision. Because your premiums are going to be a lot lower, and then there are also like life insurance plans that you can actually get where you, if you don't use, you know, a term, you get that cash back. If you don't file a claim, you get the money that you put in back. All right, so it's really dependent on how young you are, and also what your needs are.
That P3 hold from Stalwart is absolutely what won the game for them. A near 50-point hold on a single hard point, maybe even more. The operator's effective, and we see a big win from STE in this.
What I sell may not be for you though. Are you from the United States?
First half is very
Habibi?
close, and then all of a sudden they're like, all right, let's focus up. You know, we're giving you false hope. Step on the gas pedal. 100-point win. That is ridiculous. It looked like Street Gaming had a chance, but in the end, they did not have a chance. It was dominant since the last few points. It was ridiculous. But we're getting to S&D next.
Listen, this is what it's like.
I
to
love
play
hearing Mod
on
6
a
and Kin
world
babble.
stage. The pressure mounts throughout the game. It's high intensity. And when it comes down to who wins on the world stage, it's who can persevere through that intensity, who can keep their discipline all the way to the end of the map. And that's what we saw from Stalwart Esports. They persevere through the intensity of that matchup. They're able to get long holds late in the game.
What are you selling,
We see
Linda?
Clove on that heater with a 47 kill game. No other player on Street Gaming even within 10 kills, Hitman.
I mean, listen, not only that, we got to give props to Reef, who stayed on the point for almost 2 minutes playing that OBJ. Got to give love to the OBJ player, but also look at that.
I love these
Skirt.
guys.
Look, 42 kills and still 1.5 minutes on the point. This team is strong. Like I mentioned, anybody can pop off. Anybody can come on top. Clove, however,
You will be a contract worker for hospitals. I'll go ahead and tell you some of the best insurance that you can get is from
And you know, from Street Gaming, we didn't see them
From
stack
hospitals.
On the point, we had 3 or 4 players.
Make sure
over
you
30
read
seconds
what
of
you
point
what
time
you're
for
what you're
Street
signing up
Gaming.
for though.
So this was not one-sided at all. But at the
Just don't
end
go
of
in
the
blindly.
day, STE able to lock down those long holds, able to continue their momentum from their first matchup, and again, high intensity hard point right into search and destroy. Do they have the discipline to slow it down? Things that if you don't have
that they won that one.
Oops, I missed a round.
Actually, that's Street some snipers, but it looks like we have double
Here we go.
shotgun here. I mean, especially in that middle area, it's actually very, very good to have a shotgun, especially the HSO being
Poorly
so
cropped
strong
slaps
this
of her
season. No
titties.
picks coming out just
That's
yet.
crazy.
Chaotic spots a few players, so gets a little bit of information. However, we're not going to see any action after that.
I love the double shotgun choice with Clove and Reef here again, because even though there are super long lanes, and we get some shotgun kills there from Maggie as well. Maggie! Showing
What the
shotgun can
hell?
do on Coastal, even though there are long lines, both of the bomb sites are super tight with lots of angles.
Yo, I gotta
We see
replay that.
Shotguns coming out here, and
What should I look for since I don't know shit about
Stalwart.
life insurance? So I'll go ahead and tell you, term life insurance is 100% the way to go if you're looking for a payout, right? If you're looking for a payout that's going to be within that term, and you can also turn a term life insurance into a God damn, I'm just drawing a blank right now. Into a life insurance policy. God damn, a guaranteed life insurance policy. Good God. At your age, you're going to get lower rates for a term, which could turn around and pay you if you do get hurt, or if you do get, if you have a heart attack or anything like that, or if you die. Obviously, the payouts are going to be way higher than a guaranteed life insurance policy. Guaranteed is just the money that you put in, right? It's basically what you're putting into that is what you're going to get out of it. Now, if you croak earlier than, God damn, I just say that so, unprofessionally. If you happen to pass before that term is filled, you're getting the better end of the deal. If not, then it's basically what you put into that. Sometimes it's even, it's even less than what you put into that. And it really, just depends on how early you start. It is always great to have a long-term one. It's always great to have a guaranteed life insurance because that's money that's going to be, 100% guaranteed for you. But at your age, I'm assuming you're younger than 25, the rates that you're going to get for a term policy are going to be significantly less because you don't have any health risks. You don't have any, you don't have to worry about high blood pressure just yet. You don't have cholesterol problems. All these factor into your price point that you're going to be paying monthly, and it also will dictate how much you are eligible for. So if you're looking for something that's going to be a high payout and potentially roll over into a long-term, a guaranteed life insurance policy, I would shoot for something that is a term policy that is converted, that can be converted into a long-term or into a guaranteed life insurance policy. So that's all I'll say with that. I don't know what state you're in, so I'm not licensed to sell insurance or even I guess I can consult, but honestly, you want to look for one of those top companies, Mutual of Omaha. You want to look for Americo. You want to look for companies that are up on the rise right now. Ethos has probably some of the best rates. Now, what I will say is you will get what you pay for with these insurances. A company like Ethos that is a newcomer to the health insurance, I mean, they're relatively newer to life insurance in comparison to companies like Americo or Mutual of Omaha or, any of those, Fortune 500 companies that you can think of as far as insurance goes. You're going to get what you pay for. So the actual payout might be a little longer that you have to wait, right? But you're going to get that money. It's just not going to be as convenient is all I'll say. So you're going to get what you pay for insurance. Americo is probably one of my favorites just because it's almost an instant decision. There's no bullshit on the back end. It's very straightforward. Some other companies that I can think of that are highly, John Hancock is another one. AIG. American Amicable. Royal Neighbors are some pretty solid names that are up in that list. I would really do it, I'd really do a little bit of research before you sign any paperwork, though. And just because someone gets you on the phone and they have your number does not mean you have to do business with them. Okay, you do not have to do business with those people, even if they are like giving you the best information. Like, really take your time. If someone's not going to be patient with you, they're not the person to work with you in insurance. That's all I'll say. People who are rushed to get the job done, not someone you want to do business with.
Cuts it down early. Aggressive shotgun plays there. Maggie showing up with 2 kills. GTO and Pabzera and Chaotic able to get the other 3. A huge success for Stalwart. Hitman, STE has momentum.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you run shotguns, right? That's right, you run shotguns. The fact that they won that one. Ooh,
Oh,
wait,
Reef,
actually,
what?
Street Gaming won that last one,
You
right?
can't miss those,
Yeah,
buddy.
Oh my goodness.
No, we got STE here, 1 round up. Both teams employing shotguns, and I tell you, a shotgun can turn the tide on a round faster than any other weapon here. You get a 2 or a 3 piece on a shotgun.
Okay, so this is the game they lose. It goes to overtime.
See the big push here from STE.
Yeah, actually,
Interesting.
Street Gaming won that last round. So right now it's actually 1-0 lead for Street Gaming. So we'll see what happens here as Maggie wants to pick up 1 kill. No, gets taken down. Maggie's not able to take it, just like that.
How are they a better search and destroy team than Galorys?
Yeah, we got 2-0 for STE right now in these rounds.
Even though
Maggie
Galorys beat them 2-0
deadly with
or
this
3-0.
shotgun with 3 kills. Chaotic fragging out as we expect at this point. STE with huge momentum. They smoke the middle. They set themselves up here with their split tactic. We've got 2 on B, 3 on A, and now a huge fight on.
I love
STE
Hitman's
pushes
reactions.
all 5 players looking for those head glitch snipes. Jai gets 1. Pabzera able to get a kill on Skurd. We're in a 3v3 matchup.
Yeah, I mean, holy smokes, what a jump snipe there here. We do have the shotgun here. It's going to be a 3v3 situation. Looks like they're going to rotate onto the next point here. Reef with the gun.
Wait, what?
In the back, but nothing else
Oh my God.
Bigodera, huge double kill.
What the
That's
hell
gonna
was
be a
that?
1v3 situation. We'll see if we can get out of here.
Nope,
Oh, he
not
does
happening.
Not. Wow, 3-0 league right now for Street Gaming.
Bigodera with a huge double on the backside there, and then a clean snipe to finish it out. STE with unbelievable momentum here. They are on defense, and when they were on defense on S&D last time, they were perfect, looking to make it a 2nd time in a row with a perfect defense.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Street Gaming is the one with the lead. That's kind of crazy that they're able to go against STE. Bigodera with another kill.
Wow, what a first blood. What a nade shot. Stalwart quaking, baby.
A refrag there. We're going to be in a 3v4 situation. An advantage for Street Gaming. We'll see what happens here. Maggie wants the shotgun kills, wants to get more, got the taste of blood earlier, and is like, give me more.
Yeah, I think we've got a display reversal here with STE Street and the teams on opposite sides, so we're navigating this as we see it here. We've got 3-0 and Maggie fragging out. And listen, Street, excuse me, I'm talking about Stalwart with momentum, and I'm getting confused here because Street is in there 3-0. Street looking to pull this back, and we have a huge potential outcome here because if Street is able to completely turn around this momentum, able to continue, then we're going to go in on a 1-1 into control.
Yeah, if they win the S&D, that's going to be really, really huge here. But it is going to be a 3v3 situation. Listen, Stalwarts has been here before. They can very much win this one. It's only a 3-0 lead, but 4-0, that is huge. That's more than halfway through winning this round. We'll see what happens here as we're going to see a push towards A side as Stalwart Gaming is going to be able to take out GTO and get that bomb planted.
Yeah, Stalwart, listen, they're on offense right now, and they struggled a little bit on offense against Bear Clan.
They're kind of
as
getting
well.
slammed right now.
On defense, they were perfect. They're going to have an opportunity to turn this around, but they have to get a couple of rounds off.
I like the
of
aerial
Street
view, but I'm
in
gonna
their
need
offense in order to
the
have a chance
sniper's
to
point of view,
close out on defense
Pabzera.
here. We see the bomb down with 30 seconds left. This is a 3v2
No, not gonna lie,
situation.
I'm better than STE roster.
Stalwart shuts down Pabzera.
I don't think this is the real
Maggie get it
Cairo, because I
done.
don't think Cairo would say something like that.
Situation. We're going to have Maggie with the Odin as well as the shotgun. But it's going to be really, really tough here with the shotgun. Let's see if he's going to get... Nope. Good play here by Stalwart Gaming. Is going to get their first win.
Maggie baited out by the 1 player and shut down by the
Yo, guys, I'm
other.
kind of hungry.
We have
I think lunch is
the
right around the
first win
corner.
here for Stalwart. Is Stalwart going to be able to claw that back? I said they needed to win on offense, and they just got it. Are they going to be able to continue with this, get another win on offense, and give themselves an opportunity to close it out on defense?
Yeah, honestly, this is the momentum they might need, but we'll see what happens here. As Reef is going to be able to pick up a kill here. We'll see if Skirt can pick up another one. It's going to be a 4v4 situation.
Bro, it's me. I'm joking. Oh, you know, sometimes I don't pick up. I don't pick up the
situation in favor
the sense of humor on chat.
Here on the B site. So we'll see if we get
Watch Discord
from Street.
Yep, Stalwart here doing what they do in responding to what the other team does. They see the struggle early.
Sometimes I don't get the EU like
get a perfect response, able to win one on offense.
Sense of humor that is normally picked up in person or in speaking.
Wow! Give themselves a chance to close it out on defense now. They're able to claw 2 rounds back, and now they have this defensive advantage. If they do what they did in their last matchup, we are going to see a 2-0, but we still see Street ahead in this matchup. Can Street get it done on offense?
I mean, look, right now we're going to see a push towards that B site. We'll see if we can get a little push and maybe a pick off here. Oh, huge! Huge! 1 kill, 2 kills.
Oh, Maggie.
Wow.
Maggie.
Wow! Maggie with near perfection on that shotgun, showing why it's a wise pick on this map. We've got a 4v1, and then it's a 3v0 to close that one out. Listen, they got an offensive round. This is anybody's game.
All right, this is you. Okay, this is the actual K-Roo. All right, good deal, good deal. EU humor too advanced for Unc, 100%, especially in chat.
Very, very deadly. We'll see if they have 2 shotguns this time. See what they even.
There are like a few people I'll never take seriously when I'm looking in chat. I didn't think it was gonna be K-Roo. 100% Rob. Rob is one of those characters that I will never like read his comments and take with any kind of
that's gonna slow them down,
seriousness in any regard. Good shot, FTX.
We see STE able to get that pick.
Oh, good fallback.
A 5v4 situation.
Reef played it perfectly. Good shit. You gotta hit that pad. You gotta. Okay, good follow up.
That's a huge sniper pen. Oh my gosh, 2v4 situation. Let's see if Skirt's gonna pick up a kill.
Oh, big kill. Gotta pick up a kill. He's gonna pick up 2, buddy.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you. May I please have another? Not chat. Verdict is too old for my EU jokes. Yeah. To be fair, I was too old for Garrick's his bullshit in Discord or in at the facility as well.
Up 4 rounds to 3. They need to stay up here and do what they can on offense to be successful. We see some early attempts, utility going out. We get the pick on.
Yo, he literally you fucking tagged me in Discord on UCE, brother. Brother.
See a 4v3 situation.
Yeah, I mean, look, Maggie took away.
Brother,
it's really good on defense. We have close with the shotgun as well.
What the hell?
Pick off here on Bigo there. We'll see what happens here. FDX still alive. 3v3 situation. We did have a slight advantage earlier, but STE able to stabilize it.
Ooh, good shutdown, Clove, daddy.
Now a 3v2 situation in favor of STE Mod 6.
Yeah, Pabzera with the bomb still has to get the plant in. Finally plants the bomb on A, gives that information to Stalwart. They know what they need to do now. They're going to need to break this bomb point. They have the player advantage. Are they going to push with 3? They've got a split push right now. 2 coming into A, 1 holding mid. Is Clove going to be able to get this done?
They got to go. 30 seconds remaining. Maybe go for a pick. Got to push together, though. Looks like we're going to have a little pinch coming in here. Looks like Skirt is a little bit behind as FTX and Clover are going to push together. Chaotic is spotting, trying to see. They're going to try to bait each other. They're going to have to hold for each other. Pabzera gets 1. It's going to be a 1v1 situation. Skirt versus Chaotic with about 10 seconds remaining. Got to go right now. Maybe just play for a little
No!
Skirt. Does he get the feels? He does.
Wow.
To equalize it.
You got to get your gunny up there, buddy.
Wow.
He's running right at you.
Tried to run with the prize fighters and try and wait it out. Dies with 7 seconds left, and Skird able to get that defuse. Excellent play by Skird. Absolutely committing to the push, getting it done, and tying this up. Stalwart Gaming and Street tied up 4v4 anyone's game right now.
Chaotic should have just punched him.
Should have just punched him.
Right?
Listen to this guy.
Action there. Right.
You got to get your gun up there, buddy.
Winning snipe. He's gonna get chipped right off the shoulder. Doesn't die from that snipe. Still a 5v5 situation, waiting for picks here. Ooh, FDX. FDX wants this. He wants the wall bang. I don't think he can hit it. Oh, I think he got spotted. I think
Yep.
he got some
Yeah, this I love Ken's
This is
reactions.
going to be crucial, right? 2 in a row for SCE. Haven't lost on defense. Clove knows that Maggie, winner of this shotgun fight, it's going to be huge here.
Oh!
Quick scope by FDX, hitting that.
Absolutely insane close range quick scope. The boxing gloves out with the sniper, unable to get it done. GTO in the middle, Reef takes him down.
Huge kill by Big Good.
Good pre-fire.
We're going to be in a 3v4 situation. ST has the advantage here. Pabzera playing in the back with the sniper. They're going to have to go fairly shortly, or they just might want to go for a little bit of a pick and then do the moves here. However, ST on defense with the player advantage is going to make it very difficult for this street gaming. Ooh, Jai heard the plant, so they're actually going to know. So they might actually push very aggressively right now.
ST with an opportunity here. Right after the bomb goes down, they decide to push up at the top of the stairs.
Look at
Comes in, goes down
big
immediately.
positioning out of Pabs.
Good reach.
He's gonna have to get there for
Holding
support.
down
There it
his
is.
corner,
Gets
10K,
picked.
get it done.
Big.
Good.
FDX
Huge. Pabzera being where he's at, massive to collect that round.
And we see STE. We see Street Gaming, Chaotic getting it done.
Yo, look at Cairo in the
Goes
chat. That's
up
crazy. That's what I said.
5-4.
I said the
What a
same thing.
redemption by Chaotic, right? Able to get that kill. They were down a player. Huge. Oh, no snipes going down there. We thought FDX was going to hit a beautiful snipe there, but nobody going up. Looks like we're going to get a heavy A push. We'll see if they're going to be able to succeed with this. Reef is going to
Good stun. Beautiful stuns. Good tacticals.
Kill. Can Skurd get the last kill there?
Yeah, he's got it. Pabzera's dead.
Taken down here as Skurd's going to get 2 kills on that round as well.
Reef and Skurd with a massive defense. Only GTO left up. We saw a 5-man.
All the
push,
S&D games,
or
apart from the
4-man
Chinese
push
teams, are really
from Street
underrated.
Gaming. They're completely shut down
I
by their
agree.
defense, and now
To an
it's
extent.
a tough 1v3 situation to try and keep this lead. This looks like it's going to be equalized again. These
Galorys,
teams
well,
going
of
back
course,
and
against
forth on
Q9,
search and
I was
destroy.
biased.
Super high intensity
Of course, and
map.
that's
We
Q9
might
as well
see some
too.
late
So
rounds here, Hitman.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean,
Galorys did not look like they could hold a candle to any of the teams in the East on Search and Destroy.
He's got a tough hill to climb, literally climbing the stairs. He's gonna get taken down here on his side here. Oh, yeah.
FDX with a perfect positioning, knowing he would have to peek at the top of those stairs, able to shoot him in the back, even though he gets the snipe at the top of the stairs. And we are even at 5 rounds apiece. Street Gaming now, Stalwart, both vying for the win here, going back and forth. The target is 7, but you got to win by 2.
Chat, did we watch the remaining 2 games of this series? Because I'm looking at it, and I don't think that they are that close.
I mean, that snipe was very huge. If GTO would have hit that, could have survived.
Yeah, this was okay. Maybe we just speed through it because
situation. However, Clove's still alive. Did switch weapons, not on a shotgun anymore. We'll see what happens. Here's PKM. We love to see it. A little wall bang action potentially. However, it is still a 4v3 situation in favor of Street.
Stalwart now taking 3 positions and stopping all movement.
it's a
Locking
3-1
down
in the
positions
control,
on
and
the
then
map,
it's a
looking to
250 to
find a
47 in the
pick,
combine.
evenness
I actually
up,
want to watch that
getting
combine.
defensive
Can we
as
skip
Street
the
Gaming
crossfire
with the
though?
bomb, looking to
What are your
push with
thoughts?
3 through mid right now.
Oh, this is going to be close. GTO, literally a wall between him and Skurd. See if they're going to slowly push. I don't think there's any audio cue for both sides here. Chaotic also there. I'm sure they know there's somebody hiding. Good smoke being used. Information coming out. Skurd might be able to pick up a few kills here.
Skurd, oh, he gets a little, oh my God.
To hit those shots. It's going to be a 2v2
Buddy.
situation. Clove knows exactly where the enemy is. We're going to see a push coming out. We'll see if Close can defend this.
Almost perfect position there in the middle, but not able to get anything done. Bigodera with the kill on Clove. Pabzera closes it out with the snipe on FDX.
SE had a big performance this year. Not gonna lie, I was surprised. I agree. Top 3 was great for them.
On Search and Destroy up to this point.
Definitely not where they wanted to end at, but it was a great year for them.
Street Gaming, like we mentioned, struggled a little bit back in the days, but with the addition of Pabzera, which we can see right now is doing a very good job, could make this team a lot better. We'll see if they can get a pick. Looks like they're going to be playing for picks. No offensive push just yet, but Mod 6, this is going to get interesting.
Skurd's in trouble here. A 3-man push, but he's got excellent position on these steps. Has an opportunity to really shut this down. We see this 3-man push from Street. They come out, they've peeked the corner, and they don't see Skurd. He's going to pop up here and kill one immediately. He runs to the middle, takes that one, and dips out. Sets his
Good
team
kills.
up for a 5v4 situation, looking to shut
Good
this push
retreat.
down.
Didn't get too
On this
greedy. Didn't get too
backside.
antsy.
Set up well to receive.
Know your worth.
Stalwart set up
Oh,
well to
Jai
receive
is about
this
to,
push.
he's about to go
Both pick the
crazy.
corner. A sniper
Oh,
pair that
no, you
misses
missed
the
that,
shot.
Jai.
Jai has to hit those.
You gotta
There's
hit
an
those,
opportunity here.
Jai.
Street able to back off after they see that sniper lockdown.
I mean, that's a hard shot to make, but you're a professional. You got to hit those. That would have been incredible. But yeah, I mean, look, that was some unfortunate timing. The fact that Reed was still there and just waited and patiently and was able to catch a pick, could have probably got a second one if the other person moved out. But Clove right here does bring back the shotgun, I think. I can't really tell. Yeah, we do have the shotgun out here. We'll see what happens on this next play. Street is going to rotate to the other side and potentially plant the bomb.
We're looking at what could potentially turn into a 4-man push, although no, we have a 3-man push to A, 1 man from Street over distracting at B. This is going to be a 3v2.
Good redirect. I like it. You don't get the A long sight. Now you're trying to push it to the middle of the... I mean, this is all or nothing. Pat Zero with the opener. Huge. Reef. Reef. Oh my God, Reef. How are you still alive? Okay. He was stunned too, boys.
Now we're in a 3v2 situation.
Skurd gets it down there. It's gonna be
If Rise would have played, I think they would have been a number 2 team.
The last person remaining here. Can he actually hit the snipe? Huge 1v1 situation here.
Bomb doesn't go down.
FDX is gonna be against. Oh, gonna hit that.
Oh, FDX.
Insane defense to finish that out with a 2-piece on the sniper. Both impossible shots. Wow. What a play from FDX to keep his team in this. I said to Stalwart respond, and FDX heard that message.
We're in for a long time, right? This gonna
We're
be
here for a great
fun.
time,
Like I
buddy.
said, what a quick snipe there. Holy smokes. They had the chance. Well, let's see what happens here as we have Clove waiting patiently, waiting for the move to be made. Yeah, all right, showing off the gun. I get it. I like it too. But we'll see what happens here.
Both teams.
The final would have been
back.
Q9 against
We've
Wolves,
got a
100%.
stack on A
I think
from
Q9
Street
still
Gang,
wins.
All of Stalwart, 5-man push.
Just because they
Over
were
to the
starting to
A
peak
side
at the
in that
perfect
direction
time.
now. Utility starts to go out, take out those.
Or you know what?
systems,
I
and we've
maybe
got one
Wolves
kill
wins
with
again.
0.3 on the
That's
point, a
actually kind
5-man
of
push. Does Street
like wild to
defend
think
this? They
about.
flex one head over. It
Wolves
looks
with
like they might have
Rise,
some information. They see nothing
100%.
on B. They've definitely got the audio indicators now.
Top dog.
Over on A. Street's running all over the place there, and then we see Stalwart completely change direction.
And then you look
Looks
at the
like they had
bracket,
all
too.
that audio on A and said, nope, we're
For playoffs,
Yeah, that's a very good choice. But then again, you still have that player in the middle kind of spotting out. 4-man push going to be going towards B.
they would have
They
beat
probably
Elevate, and
know
Elevate would
you
have had to
the
make a
rotation
god
coming
tier
out.
run to
As
get to
soon
the
as
point that they
maybe get
made.
one kill here, FDX
I think Q9 would have lost to Wolves in the upper bracket final and then turn around and beat Wolves in the grand final.
Now they're going to go for the full push, and then we'll see if Maggie can maybe defend this with the shotgun, right? Huge shot, gonna miss, not gonna get killed, which is great. FDX picks up the kill on GTO. Bigodero's gonna get a kill on Jai, so no more sniper available. It's gonna be a 3v4 situation in favor of STE.
Yep, STE Skurd now getting the bomb plant down. Street flooding into the point.
I don't
here.
think Elevate
Street looking to
loses
retake
anymore
this.
other
Does
than
that
to
get
Q9
it
or
done?
the
Maggie
Wolves,
looking to
though.
peek the corner here.
Stalwart
Souvenir
Esports
goes down to Skurd.
wouldn't have been a top 4
That is
team.
huge. That is huge.
That's wild for me to say,
Maggie
though.
can maybe pick up his no, taking down lead going for STE. One more win, and they're gonna make it 2-0. We'll see. Overtime is always fun.
STE with an excellent response. We saw a 5-man push going in on
I gotta blow my nose here in a minute.
All of those audio cues, heard where the defense was set up, completely adjusted their strategy, and were successful on the opposite point push. STE now looking to get an early pick. It's getting a little bit hectic over near the A point.
Yeah, STE right now on defense. They played really, really well.
Oh.
That's what happens. Now he would pick up kill here.
That's tough.
Clove is going to be right there. Should be able to get one kill here. No, gets taken out by Maggie. Shotgun to the face. He said, good day. And not going to be able to get a refrag here. FDX 3v5 in favor of Street Gaming. Can they tie
If
it up?
FDX gets a kill there and doesn't get a hit marker, they might have won this one 3-0.
B point, absolutely stacking this B point, welcoming the push in. 4 players inside there, completely ready for this. Are they going to be able to get a successful defense? They're looking to tie this back up.
That's huge nade there, making it a little bit more manageable. 2v4 situation. If there's a team that can actually succeed, it would be this one. Skurd with 16 kills, gonna get taken down by GTO. tying it up again. We're going to be here for a long time.
Those
aren't we?
two snipes happened so fast, we didn't even see it. 2 snipes to end that round. A perfect defense from Street Gaming, stacking 4 players on the bomb plant like that. Tied up at 7. We may be in for a long one here as these teams go back and forth, each refusing to give an inch against the other. Shotguns are popping, the snipers are popping on this search and destroy. We see the utility going out. It's looking like Stalwart's getting a little bit of aggressive, pushing far forward here. We've got a matchup in mid.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge
Oh,
game.
FDX,
Like I
what?
mentioned, the record
Okay,
is 16.
wow, what a ego chow.
FTX with that slide peek. Pepzera had it lined up, but FTX a millisecond quicker on the trigger pull, able to give his team that 5v4
This gunfight right
advantage
here,
early for Stalwart.
oh, this is baited
16
huge.
rounds is the record, so we'll see if we get past to the 16 rounds. Clove right now, we're going to be in a 4v5 situation. Clove knows there's somebody playing very patiently, and we're going to see potential push right here by STE to beat.
What a smoke through the window there.
Oh, Maggie. Maggie?
With the double!
Oh my god, I thought he got 3 there. Yeah, done his job though. Maggie, massive.
Still, Chaotic going to pick up a kill. It's going to be a 1v2 situation. However, we have the sniper by FTX. He's done this before. Maybe going to go for the punch. Maybe they're going to go for the kill here and get taken down. And the lead goes for Street Gaming.
Maggie absolutely deadly with this shotgun and search and destroy. We love to see
I'm over here
shotgun
hawking
on
loogies,
tight
chat.
bomb sites, and Maggie showing how it is so effective. Street Gaming
I'm
now with an
definitely in desperate need of
1
blowing my
round
nose.
up to even up this matchup.
My goodness, look at the kills by Street Gaming. Probably one
What
of
an
the
aid.
most balanced we have of any team. You can show that they are a strong team. As I say that, they're going to lose a player here. We're going to get a second,
Good trades. Oh.
in favor.
Jai? Oh, he doesn't go down there.
Like that. 2v3 now.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth there. Street
Gets too
Gaming, solid
aggressive.
positioning on the A point. The 2 stalwart players pushing into A. We've got FDX under the side, and now Street Gaming Chaotic getting that bomb.
Look at the
plant.
wrap there from
Stalwart knows
Pabs,
exactly
too.
what
This
they need
one's
to do, but Street Gaming is
hook,
set up
line,
for the
sink
defense
'em.
on
This
A
is-
point.
there's no way you
Chaotic
defend
in
this.
perfect position there.
Or there's no way that you
In.
take this.
We've got all 3 of the
Did you get
players,
sick
and
from
are they gonna
Portland,
be able to
brother? I
get this
did.
chance? FDX
I've been sick
successfully
since
at the
Thursday of last week, or
FDX
Wednesday of
now
last week.
unafraid in a 1v3 situation with the sniper against a near perfect defense. Now Chaotic has the information. Saw FDX. FDX is going to have to go completely around.
So I
if he
casted
wants anything,
sick,
but now struggling on the bottom of the stairs.
and then I
He's
sat
close
around
to
and
the
chilled
bomb.
sick since then.
Pepzera able to close it out.
Good stuff. We're gonna
And
skip the
Street Gaming says they are not done. I said this was a matchup of powerhouses. We've got a back and forth, a 1 respawn like that in order to stay with them.
We're
in
gonna
order to have
skip
a
the
chance at winning,
control. I don't want to
you
watch the
need to
control.
just execute. You need to execute almost.
I want to watch the combine.
Next day. And just like that, huge start here as STE's got a bunch of kills to their name.
STE now 1 map away from locking in play on Saturday.
This should be quick, and then we're just gonna close out the stream,
They
chat.
have the opener. They've got a solid hold right now, but this is a contentious point. All you have for cover is that vehicle on this P1. We see
Yeah, Stalwart just having their way with him already out the rip. Like, you can see the gunfight swing. You've even got the back spawns, but you can't even, I mean, you can't even make it to the back spawns, or make it out of the back spawns. They're getting literally feasted off the objective. And look at this aggression, like through the backside of the map. Big 2v1. Oh, that's the flip. That is massive.
Holy smokes, this is not a good sign for Street Gaming. Clove picking another. Look at all the kills. 7 by STE already.
STE pushing all the way through the hard point to the point where they're shutting down and pressuring the up.
Good stun check on the back line too.
The hard point completely untouched by Street Gaming. We
Brother.
go to P2. Does Street Gaming have it? I mean, they have no points on the
I'll be
board,
right back, check. I'm gonna go check on the
no
wife.
setup for P2.
Yo, Linda coming through with the €2.49. Let's go. W's in the chat. W Donos hypes. Big shout out to everybody who came through and supported stream today. We are back, baby. We are in full effect. And my frames finally stabilized. Perfect timing.
Man, it's 44-0, completely unanswered by Street Gaming right now, and Stalwart fully set up on the point, locked down their rotations. Does Street Gaming have it with this push? They finally got a two-man push against one. They're able to get points on the board and lock this down, but can they hold? No.
No, they cannot.
Skurd and Jai come in for the break and get that point back immediately. Now we're into back and forth mode, and it's all about who wins those gunfights. We see Reef and Skurd easily. Reef with the two-piece. If you win those gunfights on the point, you hold the hard point. Now Reef with the Sparrow out. 2 kills. Reef.
This is just a masterclass from Stalwart Esports.
On this hard point, GTO finally with a push, trying to come in. But
let me go back and see whose map pick this was.
Just look at the kill differential.
I'm assuming.
Right? There's almost double, triple the amount of kills. Street is getting absolutely destroyed in gunfights. And as I say that, they're 2 points. They got 2 points. They need to, you gotta hit these shots, gotta win the fights. STE has 1 operator out and 2 on board. They have massive momentum in this game. It looks like Clove and Reef can't be stopped at this point. We've got an 87-4 differential. Street finally on the hard point. They've got a decent stack with 2 players there, but it's already a 3-man push from Stalwart. Every single one of these pushes is 3 and 4 players, and they don't just push to hold, they push all the way through the point and lock down the kills. Clove is unstoppable with the shotgun right now. Jai with the War Machine out. Stalwart Gaming with the ultimate confidence move. They don't even hold the point. They push through the point and go after the other team. Stalwart is playing Street. They're barely even playing the point at this point. Stalwart Gaming right now looking to win 3-1 like my
Stalwart
prediction.
pick combine. Yeah, this is their map pick.
All for Street Gaming.
Yeah, they're in a beatdown. They're in a bare knuckle brawl fight.
It's not over.
Bar fight.
Now, it does not look like STE.
And they are literally punching with no hands.
They're right now up by 110 points after only P3. Isn't that crazy?
If you want to see what aggressive, dominant hardpoint play looks like, watch this mini-map. Watch those blue dots push
Pav steps out of the objective. He's split. He's going to have to force to push up. Good. I mean, that's a good read. You can't do anything differently there. The trophy kills him. Or, no, it's the splash. Kills him and himself. Kills the player and himself. Sacrifice.
This entire map. Able to hold this down.
Streets in a beatdown.
Reef with the Sparrow out. Clove continuing to get shotgun kills. Maggie trying to get something done here as he approaches the point. But listen, we have Reef. Reef cannot be unseated from this point. They finally get a contest. Street tries to break with 3. They're successful in this break. It's still contested though. Finally get some point time. They're not even at 20 points yet. They finally break that 20-point marker. Street looking like they have a little momentum, but all of a sudden the point is completely cleared out and Stalwart just walks right in.
Yeah, but then we're going to be going to the next point, and the next point is one of those easily contested ones. I say that, but STE actually managed to get a majority of the points in the beginning. This is
maybe we watch Street and TLE, like the Summit hardpoint, as well after this, because that's actually a close game.
Street starting this point with a brutal split spawn. Stalwart looking to take advantage, but it's been completely back and forth. Street trying to claw something back. We see
somebody get on the objective, bro. Oh my god.
Right now, this is an impossible situation, but Street finally starting to
I don't think I've ever seen anybody's brakes get beat off. I don't think I've ever seen anybody's brakes get.
But how do they deal with 3 grenades at a time coming in? Street now over 40 points.
This beaten
finally gets the contest.
In a combine hardpoint. They get 7 more points for contacts moving forward, chat. 7 more points.
Reef is hard to move
6 points. Not even 7.
We'll see a rotation probably come in here by Street Gaming.
You can hear my dogs in the background too. You heard all that too.
Under the building,
Roof.
in the knees
Wolf.
to lock this down, and then Clove comes in right on the backside with a double on the shotgun.
My goodness, look at the amount of kills.
This is ugly.
Team. Oh my goodness.
This is ugly. Oh boy, it's brutal. I can't watch. This might go on the hub later.
At least for Street Gaming's for now, but we'll see what happens here in the next point. As I say that, ST is going to take control of this point, especially with all these operators coming out. Oh, it's not looking great.
Yeah,
Not looking great at all, Hitman. Not looking good at all.
Right now, as Stalwart locks the point down, they have plenty of time to hold this point. They could win this map on the next point with a super fast hard point win. Street has got to get their momentum back if they want a chance here.
Pabs, buddy, you got someone there supporting you. Get them. Like, I know you're panicking. Someone bait. Somebody bait. You can't just be stacking right there. It's just that's just.
Skird with a double, getting Pabzera. Skird with a triple. Skird with 4. This is crazy. He's on a heater.
He's just spraying. Oh, that would have been a nice one. But listen to that. 200 points, 200 mark right now. Going on to the next point here. Looks like we do have.
You got a setup already. How do they spoil? How do you only get 2 points? That's out. Reef. They push up way too fast.
SD dominant right now. Point is going to be uncontested right now. As I say, that gets contested.
Brother.
And then we just
They branched out way. They looked for all of those exit kills. Lose one gunfight on the back end, and Street just absolutely get blistered.
STE absolutely executing successful breaks, successful spawn points, successful rotations, and you watch that break.
Yikes.
With STE. They break with 4, stack 4 on the point, shut down the avenues of approach, respond to the spawn flip here. We got Clove with the equalizer. Look at it cost some damage. There's 1 kill from Clove. 225 points for Stalwart Gaming. Street's not even at
Paper plane first.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to win off of this one, but even with the spawn flip, it's actually better right now for STE. The spawn flips.
There's the Pred. Oh boy. Okay, Pred doesn't hit anything. He gets spawn protection after streaks or after dying.
Probably not going to be used, but still good flex to have, am I right?
Yeah, Clove is absolutely unstoppable. Skird now with the shotgun. We see 242 to 47, massive kill differentials. We have FTX at 46 kills right now for Stalwart Gaming. Jai with the War Machine out, and that does it.
All right, I think that's where we're going to call it, chat.
Win for Stalwart
Okay,
Esports.
ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's stream. I thought about it, and I want to go spend some time with my wife for a little bit before she has to head back to work, and then I will be back live on Sunday. Not on my channel, but I will communicate in the Discord. If you want to watch me cast some African teams, I will be participating in an African tournament casting-wise, and as soon as I get more information, I will share it with you all. Thank you for everybody who came through and supported the stream. Shout out to everybody who donated as well, like Larissa. Much love to you. Much love to Linda, who always comes through with the pears or the peaches and all that, and the subs yesterday as well too. All love. K-Roo, you're a jackass, and I love you for it. That's gonna be it. We'll catch y'all later.